out?
from the wiki. It's from the wiki, which is supported by the author.
That's cool. Just show me like the wiki. I don't want to see just the text, bro.
Okay.
I can confirm it's very much from the wiki.
Bro, all you had to do was screenshot where it was in the wiki, nigga. Damn.
Deadboy, you're using Sugsverse? Oh, you're nasty.
I've been bored too long. I want to have some fun.
Act before potentiality.
Mage has been too boring recently.
And become actuality, vice versa.
Oh.
Okay, that's fine. Where's your character? Where did you say your character was from?
Heir to the Stars or Sugsverse.
Yeah.
And what is that?
It's a novel.
It's a novel.
I could show you like the book.
Oh, okay. It's a novel.
OC. Yeah, if you think it's an OC.
No. I'm not saying that. I just wanted to know like where it was from. Like that's literally all I cared about. It's from a novel. All right, that's cool. I agree to that.
So yeah, basically before something even has the potential to happen, my character can move, and my character moves before something becomes actual too, and vice versa. You know what that means?
That's fine. I agree to that. That's sexy. I love that. That's awesome.
Wow. Yeah, we got it.
So that means my character moves like beyond passive hacks. It's faster than passive hacks. You know that, right?
Not necessarily, because you talked about potentiality. Potentiality, like passives aren't a potential. Like they're always.
No. Okay. Everything has the potential to happen, and then it also like, I'm not sure why people do this. They like don't read the rest of the scan. It says become actuality. So the hack could essentially be on, but before the hack actually like works, before it actually works, right? I'd be able to hit you. So this is beyond passiveness.
Damn. That's pretty sexy. All right, I'll give it to you.
Okay. Bro, what the fuck? Oh, I know why he's doing this. Okay.
All right, anything else? Did you have any like scans for like Comp Ichigo as well, since you have both characters?
No, I don't think I need to do that.
I think we could just do 10 by 10.
I think this debate is like contingent on your argument. To the way you're arguing.
Yeah. All right, so like, Ailey, did you want to say anything about Comp Ichigo at all?
Oh, I'll just send like
I prefer like the scanning to happen after yours.
Hold on, wait. Yeah, I'll just send a scan of my character being able to erase like everything. Cause I know it's gonna be dependent on your argument. So
what is okay? Like, what do you mean by everything?
I don't talk hyper literally.
No, like everything in like their
Nah, not even just their word. It just says all phenomena, the eternal, immortal, infinite.
I'm gonna be real with you. I can't fucking read that.
All right, I'll just read it for you.
Damn. Like, can you just like zoom in, please?
Okay. I could just send it, bro.
Okay, Wazz is here. That's all right.
That should be better for you.
Input Wazz. I was gonna take them both on at the same time. That's fine. If Wazz is here, Wazz is here.
Pause.
No, I was gonna take them on at the both. No pause. It's not necessary.
What happened?
Wow. What does that even mean? What's good with you?
You don't need
ability.
I'll take Kentai on.
Pause.
Kentai, you need to that shit.
It's not really a pause necessary. I don't feel like. Okay, so right hand of God, Chris was able to eliminate the entire North region. What does it mean by North region?
It literally elaborates what it is. If you read the scan.
Thank you. Housing every hierarchy. Yes, housing every hierarchy that contained an absolute infinite multiplicity of infinite omniverses within them. Within his attack, all phenomena, the eternal, immortal, infinite, finite, change, matter, space, energy, being, imagination, everything above and beyond never existed.
So you can argue.
Void was his victim.
You could argue like that's like.
Can you show me where that's at? Can you show me where that's at within like the thing?
The wiki.
Yeah. Can you just screenshot it from like the wiki itself? Like I said, like I don't like just people typing shit into this.
Okay.
That's like kind of weird.
It's fine. Right there.
So you're saying like in the novel itself, like he just like erases everything.
Yeah, but you can like I can argue multiple different hacks. I could argue it's like origin manipulation. I could argue a whole bunch of shit.
That's
It could be like a
really
bunch
cool.
of hacks into one. Be real.
That's actually really cool. I like that.
Yeah, like bypasses just anything that's any
All
phenomena.
right, so I'll let Waz, you can have your character, and I'll only argue for my character. But
Bro, why are people
all
pinging
right,
me
that's
saying
cool.
to join? I'm right fucking here.
All
Yeah,
right, that's cool. That's sexy. I'll give it to you. You can have it free of charge.
Bro. Remember what I sent you on DMs, Deadboy. Always remember that.
Yeah, yeah. I don't really care. I'm
Not
gonna do
outside help if your guy is texting you.
What?
It's,
No.
this is
So,
my teammate.
Okay, so
Yeah,
we have
that's what I
teammates.
said.
We
I
have
said it's
actual
not-
strategy.
I said it's not outside help if your teammate texts you.
Wait, just to be
Oh,
clear, we don't have to like take turns. We can all just talk at the same time.
I'm gonna say that.
What?
I'm gonna say
There's
that.
no moderation.
No.
There's
If
no
obviously, hold on. Obviously, if you hear someone like in the argument, I wouldn't just interject. I'd wait till a
Oh
pause.
yeah, no.
happens.
Like we're not
No,
going to. He's just saying like there's no
I'm
one
just
being
saying,
forced
like,
to take turns.
it's not like I can only scale the character I picked and vice versa.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we're,
You can
we're on
scale my
teams.
character. I can
Am I
scale.
moderator too?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you're
Oh.
Yeah.
yeah, within
But
the,
you can't force us to.
But,
Yeah, you can't force us to take turns speaking or anything.
But basically, you can like Waz. You want to scale your character or what?
did he already go?
I mean, I was gonna go. Damn.
Oh god,
Yeah,
Alright,
I really
cool.
don't know what you said about your character, Deadboy. So
it's already been agreed.
Oh, okay,
upon,
so
it doesn't
essentially,
matter.
let me sum it up for you. His character is in a novel, and it has every power that he said so far. So right now, he said it has enhanced motion, where his character can move like before anything has the potential to happen. So he's like above potentiality and shit like that. And on top of that, he's able to eliminate like all of the infinite omniverses like within his story. It's like really cool.
alright.
All right. Yeah. Did you want to go, Waz? I'm actually reading something. So if you wanna step in, I'll let you take it.
I think you should go first since I wasn't here.
All right. Cool. All right. Let me.
Was paralyzed until one day she found something unusual. She wanted to sneak some chocolate to eat. Find a bottle of her usual medicine in the bag. The above was written for the mother to eat. She didn't care too much. After all, who would doubt their own mother?
1 second. I'm talking to Waz real quick.
But still swallowed the pills. But she always felt something was wrong. She's a scholar, very talented in physical mechanics. She uses her own mechanical arm. Clip the high pill bottle down. At this time, a mail car happened to pass by outside the window. Ran hastily as soon as the door opens. But she happened to meet her mother. It turns out that she has been waiting for the university admission letter. But every time her
I'm
mother
not saying
comes
nothing yet.
first, she also said that if it was sent by the
All right.
university,
Cool.
she
So
would definitely notify her as
So
soon as
let me
possible.
introduce
She
you
went back to the
guys
room
to my
continue
boy.
researching the bottle.
His name is
She found
Shinji
that the label seemed to have been
Earth616.
wrong.
He's the
She
character
saw
I'm
the
using.
label open. Below is the label of another drug. More
I'll just put I'll put the
medicine
wiki
again.
right
She
here.
ate the medicine in front of her mother. But when her mother left, she spit out the medicine right away. In the middle of the night, she
So
sneaked
much
out,
wikis,
turned on the
so
computer,
annoying.
and wanted to check the
That's an
information of the
OC.
drug. The internet was
No, it's
disconnected.
not.
What made her
Yes, it
even
is.
more
Here, I'll show it to you.
unexpected
I just
was that her mother
literally just
It's not an OC. That's not how that works.
Well, I'll show it to you. Do you know what the fanon is? The Disney fanon. Like, do you know what that is? You know that's an OC website, right?
Wait, Deadboy, I don't think you know what
Do you know what
Deadboy means by
do you know
OC.
what OC means? OC means I didn't write the
Yeah,
I didn't write the character.
Okay, we just asked like Zinni, would he apply by the rule? So Zinni.
Okay, that's
hello?
fine. Zinni types in chat, so you can just read it there.
Yeah. So Zinni, what you mean by OC? You mean like original character, right? So like basically like a fanon character, like a fan
No.
character. I'm asking Zinni. Does
I think I
I
get that
know,
boy's
I
point.
know.
You can ask Zinni.
OC
I'm
doesn't
just
have to be
saying-
written
That's
by
fine.
you. Original character just means that you
Yeah,
made the
original
character. That's
character
not
just means-
relying
There's
on
no
the
way
canon.
Zeddy agrees with this though, because
It
that's
doesn't
fucking
matter.
arbitrary.
Origi-
That's completely arbitrary.
It doesn't matter if he creates the rules. So maybe
I
I'll
know.
just
I'm just saying that there's no way he agrees with that.
Zinni. So when you mean by OC, or if you're like listening, do you mean by like fan made character in general, or a character that you make, or you just mean by
Yeah.
fan made character in general?
He was very vague with the OC because
I'm almost 100% sure he means you can't enter with a character you made. That's what he means.
I'm pretty sure he's made like fan made characters in general.
Okay.
OC
Let,
yeah.
just let
It just
let
says no
Zinni.
OC.
He's just not typing.
It just says no OCs. Yeah, those are original characters.
Opinion.
Yeah.
Opinion.
If
If I'm gonna take
to just be
if I want to take the vague definition of original character, that is an original character. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Like no matter what, how you try to spin it in your way, because it would make. Yes, I'm saying like it would make sense if it says no,
Deadboy,
your
by
OC.
that definition, literally any fictional character ever is an OC.
Not
There's
necessarily.
no criteria by which
no,
you
no.
can define
OC is
OC
in
in that
wait,
way
wait.
and not include every fictional character.
Hold on. Don't cut me. Don't cut me off. Right. Obviously, by OC, he means like a fictional character in the sense where someone just like made it up, right, with no copyright.
They're all made up.
Hold on, no copyright, none of that. That's obviously what he
There's
means.
plenty without copyright that people use in debates.
I don't care. That's my character.
No.
My character just comes from a novel that's like copyrighted, so it doesn't matter.
Why?
So
Wait,
you
why
realize-
is the criteria for OC or not copyright?
That doesn't make sense, Deadboy. Can you explain that?
Makes no sense.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is, unless you like want to rap. But that's right, Zenny's
Deadboy.
here.
Right? So okay, so you have to copyright a character in order for it to
just
exist.
original content. OC is just like a character that's original content that's not relied or like doesn't rely on a fucking piece of fiction. So you can just
No.
make this character and then
Bailey,
you can
that's
give
What?
it
just
just
That doesn't,
magic.
Bailey. That also doesn't make sense.
What?
Original character just makes sense.
Hey,
Like,
what,
Both of
where
your
is
characters,
Zenny,
like both of your criteria
OC
for
means
original characters
where
don't
like
make
something
sense.
doesn't like canonically fit within a story or something like that.
But it would
But
be
he has a
canon.
story, so what's your point?
What do you mean?
Well, my point
Genji
is
Earth
if you're using a
616 has a story.
fanon, which is a place where you make like I'm not sure if I need to send you what a fanon is, a place where people make fan-made shit, fan-made characters. That's their
You didn't
original
make it.
right? We aren't using necessarily original characters that regular people made, like you and me can make. We're using actual copyrighted, established characters. I think that's what they mean by.
So why does it? Okay, so why is it that a character needs a copyright in order to exist in like?
Because it established, yeah, that becomes an
Yeah, but
established.
says
not a
who?
original
Like,
character.
where did you pull this out from?
Like, where does that make us? Like, where does it make us-
Logical reasoning. What? I don't just have to.
My logical reasoning.
Oh my
by
god!
the way.
I hate when I try to make a point and I get cut off. Like I don't need the same way y'all interpreting original character. I can make an interpretation to that to make it seem like it's something that has to be
but then what makes
fan-made,
your
right?
interpretation more credible than ours?
If I use Goku in this instance, that's not an original character. That's an established character that is made from a copyrighted, established company and series, right? If I made fucking
Alright, that's cool. Let me go get my copyright on
Zycor is a fan-made character, original character based off of Dragon Ball, but it's not an established character. It's two different things. Like it's two different things.
Hold on, I got this.
Hey, bro, I don't care. Where's Zenny? Because this needs to get established before I continue doing
Yeah,
this.
well,
Literally can't debate that
He's
first.
just not here right now.
I'm about to make a bacon, egg, and cheese.
We can just wait for
You'll
Zenny.
have to. Can you just pause the debate timer? It's not really fair that we run down the clock waiting.
Yeah, sure. Siri, pause it, you dumb bitch. Siri, please pause the timer.
How much time is left, by the way? Like, how long were they going before I joined?
Like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Like
we
not
got
even.
like 5 minutes before.
I was gonna say, y'all started early. I wasn't even that late. I didn't know Zenny would do that shit so fast.
Oh my god, you guys have such a good point. I'm so scared of it, but you're not using it. It's good.
We just
Who
haven't
can you
used
want,
it
bro?
yet.
No, I'm sure you wouldn't use this.
Yeah, remain scared, Ailey.
Yeah, do remain scared because I just got to scaling my character. I haven't even started like anything normal, like anything big yet.
This nigga Zenny, I swear to God, Zenny's here. He just doesn't want to talk and type.
Well, he better, because this is his tournament, so it's his rules. There's literally no point of arguing about it, because no matter what, his word goes through.
Yeah.
So.
Alright, I got this. I think I did it.
Whatever he says goes through.
How about if in like?
Hold on. Pause.
Okay, sure.
Alright, everybody, look in general. Look in general. This is big. This is huge.
Zenny, my boy, where you at? What the?
No way. No
Alright,
way.
bro. I think I got my establishment.
That doesn't matter. It's from the Disney fandom wiki, which literally
actually-
Wait, but your criteria was if it's copywritten or not.
Michael, that's my initial argument, but my argument can be defeated by whatever Zinni says, and I can always retract the argument. It doesn't matter, and I don't think
If you
you putting the
Okay.
copyright sign. Hold on, don't cut me off. I don't think just by putting the C sign next to something can just initially just mean it's copyrighted. Like it's not
That's
true
literally
at all.
what the logo means. What?
Yeah, well, you realize you don't have to like. You can just copyright something under like the public domain
Don't
extremely
say that,
easily.
Deadboy.
What do you mean?
That was really dumb.
You said what?
That literally makes it copyrighted. What he just did. It doesn't matter what form of copyright. 'cause
Okay,
you never
I'm using
specified.
copyright. I'm using copyright in the sense where like an actual series. I'm trying to like establish series like Dragon
Yeah,
Ball
that-
or something, right? Don't stop
Yeah,
cutting.
there's multiple forms of
cutting me, stop-
copyright even within fiction, though.
Stop cutting me off. I'm talking about in a regular sense where you know how people like I hate being rat ass niggas, bro. You know how people can make like characters like Zycor.
I mean,
and shit like that.
establishment and copyright have different liabilities above each other.
Yeah, Ailey, get him, bro.
Okay, but then don't
No, I'm
don't
talking. I'm
equivocate
talking to you. You
Fair.
guys keep saying that copyright and establishment are the same thing when they're not.
We're
You
not
wanna-
saying that.
He's the
Deadboy
one
said
saying
that.
that.
What?
I never
We didn't
said
give a
Deadboy.
fuck about. Yeah, we
I
didn't give a
never
fuck about
said that.
copyright. You brought that
Criteria.
up.
said that.
Yeah,
I
that
never
boy's criteria
now
for a quote unquote.
hold on.
Oh wait,
Now you're
now
strong-
you're cutting
hold
me
on.
off.
Wait, because you're strong in my argument. Right? Like, when you
No.
say something fallacious, you can interject because that argument doesn't need to be said anymore, right? When
All right,
I
hold on.
said my shit was, I said there's a difference between a character that's established and a character that's already fan made. I gave the example of Goku, who's an established character from an established series. Oh,
Wait,
Zenny's
shut up,
back.
Zenny's here. So Zenny,
There
there's
we
a
go.
rule
Hold on,
that
Zenny.
says no OC characters allowed. By OC, do you mean it's not like copywritten and established and
Oh,
that like a fandom made it up, or do you mean that the person
not
using
like-
the character made it up?
All right,
I'm
and
almost
all
100%
right.
sure you mean the person
All
using
right,
the
so
character
Zenny,
couldn't have
he's
made it
gonna
up.
explain it in a way that doesn't make sense. When you mean original
What? No,
characters,
that's literally what
do
you
you
said.
mean wait, Zenny? Do you mean like no fan made characters at all? Is that what you're saying? No fan
Well,
made
he's
characters
saying-
at all?
No, that's
Yeah.
not
Or
what
are
he's
you saying no characters that we made up? So like I can't write a character and use it. Is that what you meant?
Or
Yeah,
just
you can
using,
use a character as long as you didn't write it personally.
Or
Someone
you
else
saying-
has
Yeah.
to have written it.
or are you
Yeah.
saying no fan made characters in general? So I can't use shit like, let's say if I go into a fanon website.
Oh, let's go.
No way.
Let's go. I
Alright,
can use.
let's
I can use
continue.
Cindy or
Unpause the timer.
616.
Zenny, that's so
Unpause the
stupid.
timer.
Alright, I'm pausing
It
the
doesn't
timer,
matter.
niggas.
As I was
That's
back
so
to reading
stupid,
my
okay.
character. Let's go.
Oh my god.
All right, so Shinji Earth 616 is the character that I'm going to be using.
Word.
All
Characters
right.
is so stupid. That rule is so
This
stupid,
character, all right, this character is pretty much, just to like sum it up, this character is pretty much all things fiction and non-fiction,
Yeah.
created and not created,
bro. Okay.
conceptualized and not conceptualized.
All right. That's fine.
Um,
I can agree to that to be in this verse. Like, so you can have like whatever it's in,
Oh,
in
okay,
this verse.
okay, that's cool. Because
Well,
his
hold on,
verse
hold
is literally no. You're cutting me
Hold
off
on.
because like I'm trying to explain.
Hold on, because that's
Bro, he
fine. I'm
wasn't
gonna
done.
but I'm gonna come to an agreement on something. That can be in verse, but I don't think that applies to
He's
other
still
fiction.
stating. Aren't you still giving?
Yeah, I'm
like, your
still
premise?
stating like, bro, like literally.
I think
my here's the
Permissive,
thing
like,
about
oh,
what you
like-
just said. Here's the thing about what you just said. His verse is literally all of fiction and all of non-fiction.
Okay. And I'll explain why
Okay,
that's
cool.
not
So
the
he
case. Hold on,
agreed.
I'll explain-
He
hold on,
agreed to
hold
that.
on. Let
That's
me
cool.
let me explain. I'll explain why that's not
Bro,
the case.
I'm still getting to
I'll
my
explain. Hold on.
premise.
I'll explain why that's not the case. Because exactly, I knew you're gonna try to take what I said out of context. When I say
You
in
said
verse, I
okay.
said that doesn't. Don't cut me off. I said that relates to non-other fictions, shit like that. Because
No, but
I
it.
cannot just make a
What?
character and say, "Oh, I'm automatically stronger than fucking Dragon Ball Z." That doesn't work like that. There's something called copyright and copyright infringement, right? I cannot make a story of a character that logically and canonically can scale above Dragon Ball Z. That doesn't make sense. So you can this can
Oh.
I can all I can just say is this is like some fan made other DBZ or something like that, or any other
Oh.
fan made fictions of that shit. But it's not.
It
the
doesn't
actual
matter
one.
what you say. Like that's literally just him. He's
Okay,
literally
so
a part of like
okay, so
all
so
of fiction
so
and
hold on,
Can I
hold
ask
on.
one
Hold on.
question?
So you saying it doesn't matter what I say does not give an
No, 'cause
actual defeater to my
think about
argument.
okay,
what you
Deadboy.
about to
Let
say.
me
So
Deadboy,
what
let
you're
me
trying
let
to
me
do
explain
again,
it like
also, when
this.
you say nonfiction, that's a reality to fiction interaction fallacy.
Wait, I
No
have a
matter
legit
how
It
well,
doesn't
question.
matter.
hold
Like
on,
it doesn't matter, and I'll
hold
get
on,
to that.
hold on. I'm explaining like what he did was fallacious. It's a reality.
Oh
It's a
my
reality
god.
to fiction interaction fallacy. That's all.
Deadboy, let me
It's
finish.
something
Let me
Azazel
finish
does all
saying
the
what I'm
time. He used to
saying.
do.
Deadboy, let me finish what I'm saying, and then you'll realize why like what you're saying like it just doesn't matter. Like I'm
Wait, Brett.
literally about to like I'm substantiating on it.
Wait,
Let me
Brett,
just
there's
get
a
through
big
like
thing.
this
There's
point.
a big thing I need to ask him.
Wait,
So,
Wazz, before you
Go ahead.
ask it, Crisis really needs to finish.
No, but this is a lot bigger than I think both of them realize.
I
Deadboy, do
don't.
you actually think that you can't write a character that logically scales above Dragon Ball, like Goku? You don't think you can do
I know.
that?
Oh, hold on. You're
Because that's
Taking
taking.
his
verbatim what you
statement out
said.
of
That's
context.
verbatim what you
Well,
just said.
hold on. Again, you're taking what I said out of context. You take
Yeah.
one thing. Hold on. You take
Yeah.
one thing out my sentence. Do you just like completely ignore everything else I said? I said that because I said you cannot write a fan-made character and cross-scale it to like you can't put in your own series. My character scales above DBZ. That would not make sense
Well, you
because for you
literally
to
can
do
though.
that, that would have
You
to
literally,
logically.
that's what we're doing right
You
now.
literally can.
Hold
That's
on.
what we're
He's
debating
saying
about,
it's
Deadboy.
Okay.
okay.
Y'all just
Okay.
ask. Y'all ask me.
Let me explain
What I
that
try
boy's
to-
point. Can I just explain for a
Uh-oh, here
second?
comes
So like
Haley.
what?
Okay,
Like
okay, so
I can't say something then try to
No, hold
elaborate
on.
on the
You're
point. They get cut off by two people at the same time. No, you
Haley, go ahead,
you
bro.
misrepresented my point. I'm saying because there's things called copyright infringement and shit like that,
yeah,
where certain
It
fictions
doesn't
cannot
matter.
interact
yeah,
with
I know your
each other
point. I
unless
know
they're
your point.
canonically intertwined.
Deadboy.
Like
Why does
it's like
copyright infringement stop me from creating a character that logically
do you know
scales
what? Do
above
you know what?
Goku?
Because you cannot use other people's works. Like, is that? Are you okay? I can't
What?
literally
No,
due to
that's
how
Hang on,
not true.
copyright
That's not how
works.
copyright
Okay,
Hold
works.
on,
That's
hold
not
on.
how
all that.
copyright works,
Hold
Deadboy.
on, let me talk. Due to how copyright literally works, I cannot write a Naruto story and kill off Naruto and expect it to work on like in the Naruto verse. That does not work like that. Something called copyright. That's my own fiction I wrote, but
Really,
it does
None
not
of our
apply. That does not apply to
that's
the
a really
actual
bad
other fictions.
example.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
Okay,
fucking awful.
Deadboy,
okay,
Deadboy,
okay.
You
you're
can think
literally
that. You
about
can
to
think
like
Deadboy,
that's awful,
suffer
but I
that.
don't think neither you have the
Deadboy,
skill to like
Deadboy.
defeat it.
I'll give
Okay,
you a better
no.
example. So what you're trying to say right now is that he can't really use the characters that you're stating that he's able to use unless he owns the rights to those characters, or like the creator owns the right to those characters. So any character that he hasn't bought completely gets invalidated and does not apply to his character.
Exactly, because that's what copyright infringement does. That's like
Here's the
why.
Deadboy.
here's the funny
Deadboy.
thing.
That's
Here's the
why
funny thing
literally, if
about
I tried to
copyright.
like make a claim or something that's like canonically is like, I cannot make anything that say like it's canonically intertwined. Like that wouldn't make sense. I get
Deadboy.
struck.
Why?
Okay, but even if it's not okay, hold on. Even if it's not like canonically intertwined, that has nothing to do with like the scaling of a character
Okay.
or like any of our debates. Because that's like saying, oh, when we say
Whoa.
that Ichigo, you know, beats fucking like Naruto, well then I guess Naruto just canonically dies in his own. That doesn't make sense.
That's not what you just did though. That's not
That's
that's
literally
hold on.
what you've been saying.
Hold on. That's wrong, right? And instances like that, you can cross scale and say Ichigo destroyed a planet, Naruto destroys a continent. Obviously, Ichigo beats Naruto. What are
Yeah.
you trying to say is your character just inherently scales above all other fictions and non-fiction? Do you not understand what I like? It's not the same.
All right, let me
That's not you using actual scaling and feats. That's you
let
trying
me
to take in their actual stories for the other characters and like trying to like override that. Like I will show you why that doesn't what I actually can't apply. The same shit is said in my verse, but it's like more than an infinite amount of layers upon two. So I can just reverse the argument and say it on you, but I would never say something that dumb in a debate because that wouldn't make sense. It's something like one, there's a reality to fiction interaction. You literally can't do that no matter how hard we try. And two, there's copyright. I cannot make the claim that my verse is stated in my verse. Like my verse literally can't say it's stronger than DBZ when they're not canonically intertwined at all. That doesn't make sense at
Oh,
all.
that's not
Literally.
true, bro.
All right, I have
That's
something
literally
to
not
say.
true.
Are you just saying it's not true? Does it
Deadboy,
like
wait, I need to make this clear to the judge. The Deadboy just conceded the entire debate. He doesn't believe you can cross-scale characters because of copyright. Like, he keeps fumbling his words. I don't think he realizes what he's
all right?
saying, but he's admitting he doesn't believe
That's
that
not
he
what he
can
said.
scale his
That's not
character
what he said.
against
No,
ours.
No,
Haley,
no,
bro,
I
like
think
you
you're
don't
just
want to
wrong,
Haley,
bro.
you don't want to
Wait,
step
hold on,
in
Kenta.
here.
You heard what I said, right?
I'm following. I literally taking notes. That's not what you said.
Well, I'm saying like, that's not what I'm saying. So if y'all think that's what I'm saying, then you can just like
That's not what.
out.
Well,
How
that's
is
not what
that
you're
not
saying.
what you're saying? Wait, explain how that's not what you're saying.
He was
You want
saying
me to?
something
I can.
else. He was
Go
saying
ahead,
that.
Kenta.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can explain. So basically, because I'm
Wait,
writing
why
it
is
down.
Kintai arguing for you?
He's
Oh,
not.
I thought you wanted me to explain.
No, I know what his words are. I believe his
Okay.
words imply what I'm saying.
Oh,
I'm asking him
just
to
because you
explain
believe,
why they don't.
just because you can believe
Oh,
something
okay.
doesn't make it true. So
Yeah, that's why I asked you
I
to
think hold
explain.
on. I think I've already elaborated on my point enough, and I'm getting irritated because like y'all like obviously like I'm not gonna say
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say that, but I think I've already explained what I had to explain enough.
I think
If you think that's what I'm trying to say, then you could think that, but I know what I said.
Are
And
you
it's
saying
kind
I'm
of
choosing
unfair.
not to engage with your argument because I don't want to?
I never said that. I just think I won already.
Not
Simple as
engaging
that.
with my argument
I'm
means my
simple as
argument is
that.
just
The
true. You're
simple as
not
that.
giving a contention to it.
I already did. The contention was already given. You just didn't know how to.
yeah.
You
Okay,
can't
can you
comprehend my.
prove that though?
It's already proven, Judge. You heard my contention, right?
To what?
The whole shit about like this whole point. You heard my argument to this whole
Yeah.
I
point.
heard your argument's whole point, but there's a new point you do need to attack.
All right,
Yeah.
what is our new point? Since
Uh, I don't know. I mean, I'm formatting the debate. Waz just said you conceded, and he has basis for why you just conceded. If I were you, I'd attack it.
no. His basis
Yeah.
was based off
Well, you better
what
get to
what I
contending.
thought. Hold on, his basis was based off his wrong thought, and me and you both literally said I never
He's
said
wrong.
that.
Contended.
Well, the thing is, I can't implement my own, so you
Yeah.
have to.
So
I'm gonna need you to contend
Get to
it.
contending. Stop using
yeah
the judge to like
I'm gonna
argue
need.
your
okay.
own
Because
point.
Easy way.
if you want to know, Waz just said you conceded, and his
Hold on.
basis are your words imply a concession. So if you
Okay.
want to contend that,
Yeah,
that.
and all I had to say was
Mhm.
that's not what I said. That's like an easy enough That's an easy enough contention.
Is that your contention?
Then elaborate on what you did imply.
Yeah,
Okay.
because Waz also asked for an explanation. So
We want an explanation, or what do you want an
We're
explanation?
literally asking you to substantiate.
What
You're
do you
just
want
like,
an
no, I
explanation?
don't
No.
have to.
What he meant by classifiers is that you can't like make these characters classify. I mean by like in your little interpretation of the show, like if you're an example, like an example, if you wrote Naruto, you can't just get Goku in there and then say you own him, even though you don't have the rights to him.
Okay,
Thank
here's
you.
here's where what like you just said doesn't work because that's not even close to what I implied. Like that's
That
not even
is.
close to what I
That
said.
is
No,
that
because
is
listen,
that is when you
here's
when you make
exactly what I said. Stop, you're cutting me off. Here's exactly what I said. I said my character is the totality of all of the like all other fiction and all non-fiction.
what does
that means
totality mean?
is that what that means is that like for example the entire like Naruto verse, right? The entire Dragon Ball verse is just a part of this character.
Okay.
Like he's not
So
he's not
hold on.
interacting
So
with
I'm gonna cut you off there. Do you not understand why what me and Ailey said refutes that, or do you want us to break it down slower for you to understand? Do you
No,
want me
go
to
ahead
break
and
it down
break
more?
it down. Like, no, go ahead and break it down because
Okay.
apparently what you're saying just doesn't
I
work.
could just repeat the same thing because based off how copyright works and how canonically, like how canon works and shit like that, that does not make sense and it cannot work by you saying you own another verse. It's exactly what Ailey said. You cannot technically own another verse unless you have the copyrights to it. So you can say that, but it's nothing more considered but fan fiction, something that's not canonical.
Wait.
So whatever fake
What
version of
the
the verse you
fuck?
got is not the
Can I
same one.
ask you a
Oh my
question?
god, this is finna
Like
Deadboy, I
what?
need to ask
Holy
you a
shit.
said you
question.
I said, and I gave a refutation to your Ichigo point earlier about Naruto shit like that, where if you cross scale someone, you cross scale based on the feats they show within their own respective verses. But if I have a skin of Ichigo saying he's stronger than Naruto, that's not applicable. Because
Wait, Deadboy, if I write a character and this character's sole feat is an author statement that says he's stronger than Goku, and just for clarification, let's say the author showed a picture of Goku so we're all on the same page. You don't think that's valid? Because he doesn't own the copyright to Goku.
That's not
He's
valid.
telling you he's
Hold on,
above
That's actually
Goku
illegal.
That's
directly.
not valid.
It doesn't matter that he doesn't
Oh
own
my
Goku.
god, how are you gonna
This is
ask me
fucking retarded.
and I
No,
don't give
Deadboy,
like
this
a,
is like your
a
argument is
reputation
based
to it?
on
Like
copyright. What
it
the
does not
fuck?
matter if it does not matter. He does not own Goku to make claims upon the actual canonical Goku. He does not own it. He can think that, but that
Can I
doesn't make
just...
it true. If the
Yeah.
other author, hold on now, if the other author came to an agreement or a crossover happened where that happens, where it actually says that, okay. But it's not true if I just write a fucking piece of paper down my fucking fake ass novel verse and I say my verse is stronger than DC. That's
So
just
by your
wrong because I don't
definition,
own DC to make an argument like that. That's fucking retarded. That's really
alright, so
retarded.
by your logic, essentially what you're saying is like, for example, when fucking Naruto like takes an attack, right, that destroys half the moon, it's not like the same as when like Master Roshi or like fucking
That's
Piccolo destroys the moon.
Fuck.
No, hold on,
That's
I'm not
so
done. I'm not
disanalogous
done.
as fuck.
Finish.
You can't
call it
say it's
disanalogous when he's not
disanalogous if I'm not
done.
finished.
Yeah, I've heard what he's about
Holy
to say.
shit.
He's Master Roshi
As I was
destroyed the
saying-
moon. That's all I needed to hear.
Yeah, as I was saying, it like you're saying that like it can't be fucking like compared to Master Roshi destroying the moon because the moon in fucking Dragon Ball is owned by Akira Toriyama and the fucking moon in Naruto is owned by the author of Naruto. That doesn't make fucking sense.
All right,
That
Kentai.
is so disanalogous. That is so
Hold on,
No,
Kentai.
it's not.
Hold on. Kentai, did you hear my argument to this
Yeah,
earlier?
I heard it, bro. Trust me, I've written it down.
Okay,
I know.
thank you. So you heard my exact refutation to this earlier, right?
Yes, I know.
Okay.
Your refutation apply. If you don't want to make a new point, to be honest, Deadboy, because you're really repeating yourself. Like I'm writing it down. You're really repeating yourself. If you feel as your previous refutation refutes everything they're just saying, then of course you could just finish. But Crisis, can you finish? Like, by the way, as I'm writing as you're typing, as you're speaking, and you've been cut off a substantial amount of times. So can we just like?
All right, so essentially, like I'll just say it. I'll say it again in its.
Just let you know.
I'll say it again in its entirety.
Unfinished nigga. Like you have an unfinished nigga, but that's it. So I just want.
Let me. All right, I'll say what I said in its entirety because people keep cutting me off. What I said, right, was in his logic, like by his logic, when fucking Naruto takes an attack that is destroyed like half the moon.
Oh, I heard that.
It wouldn't be comparable. Okay, cool. So essentially, what I was saying earlier, right, was that my character is the totality of fiction and nonfiction.
That's not.
And they said that doesn't imply, or like they said it doesn't apply, or like it's just impossible, because of like the fact that the author of my character doesn't own the copyright to the other series, which like it wouldn't even matter because it's literally like we're arguing something that has nothing to like none of us have the copyrights to the characters that we're using. So like our arguments just like wouldn't make sense if they were based on copyright to begin with. On top of that, fucking I have like like my huge defeater to like anything that they're about to say is that part of my character is that my character and like arguments made about him aren't like they're not affected by any sort of like fallacy or like impossibility or like on like illogicality like at all.
But I'm not sure if you know how to debate or not. But when someone calls a logical fallacy, it's not upon your character. Obviously, your character's not making a logical fallacy. It's upon a debater. So technically,
right, that's not what I said.
Hold on, don't cut me off. Technically, the logical fallacy is not implied in your character. You're right. It's not. It's implied on the person that's using it.
Did he just say any
That's
argument
why.
around his character?
Just give me the stage for 5 minutes. Something that Crisis just said was the most retarded shit I've ever heard. Crisis, you said that because we don't own the rights to the characters, we can't debate which one wins. It's not the same
thank God
case.
someone could turn it back.
Bro,
what? That's literally what y'all said. What?
No, that's not the
what
same
we said
thing.
at all. That's why I want to go to conclusion.
We said the liability.
Don't repeat it, because they didn't hear this. They fault. Because they're misinterpreting it. I actually know they heard what we said, but they're trying to misinterpret it. So I'm so glad Kentai's been writing notes.
What?
That's not what we said earlier.
Crazy.
And based off what you said, that's exactly what you're trying to apply. What Ailey just said. That's so fucking retarded. Again, like
that's
if you go
wild.
with your logic,
I mean, that's literally what you said.
Also, we never attacked this analogy to why it's wrong. We need to go over that.
Like he just keeps saying it, but he's never actually attacking.
So pretty much you're saying, okay, it's a different case when you're literally using the moon, which is established in real life. We have this. We just use
What?
The
No,
moon
so
in
the Dragon
the
Ball,
moon
so
in
the moon in
Naruto
Dragon Ball is established in real life. The moon in Dragon Ball is established in real life. Can you prove that?
You didn't. Wait.
Hold on.
You're not attacking my point.
You didn't let me finish. You didn't let me finish. You didn't let me finish.
Hold
Hold
on.
on, I attacked Ailey's point. I attacked Ailey's point.
I'm gonna say what I already want. Something I said
I
earlier.
attacked Ailey's point. He has to contend it or it just stands.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm gonna attack the point. Something we said earlier already
I attacked the point. What the fuck are you talking about?
Hold on. Something we said earlier,
Judge, you gotta moderate because I attacked a point and they literally they're not contending.
You literally told me I can't moderate to a point where where you guys can take turns. So like,
No, that's not what we meant. I
That's
meant
not
you
what
can't
that means.
stop me from scaling his character or interjecting while he's scaling, or stop him from scaling my character. We're interchangeably, we're on a team.
all right.
Yeah, I was
I didn't
about
mean
to
you can't stop people from
They still
cutting
have
each
to
other off.
contend it.
No,
All
no.
right,
Yeah,
well,
if I
Crisis.
attack their point, they still have to
okay.
contend it.
Hey. All right.
I have to refute them now. What?
Okay, so the thing is, right? I'm formatting the debate. Crisis, you did make that analogy, and that analogy does hold some weight. And because of
Oh,
that, I will allow Ailey to contend it because it kind of does defeat a portion of the argument if left standing. So
yeah,
I know you want to
on top of
continue,
that,
but
on top of
I
that,
know you
what they
want to
said.
continue. But if left standed, it really does hurt their argument. So I need you to.
Yeah,
So I need
Kintai,
to contend
That's
that.
why I pointed it out.
He was contending. Ele, hold on. He was contending my point by he was saying
Yeah.
he was talking about how the moon was
And you
based
didn't
in
let
real
me
life.
fucking
I said
finish.
You didn't let him
No,
finish.
no, no, no.
because
So
I
actually,
I attacked
you
you.
don't
Okay,
know
because
the
what I
teammate
said.
Cut you off, bro.
You can't even
Yeah,
apply. You can't even apply.
bro, you're Deadboy. You're cutting me off
Look,
again.
guys,
Kintai, what
I'm
I
not gonna
said.
lie. Look, this is a 4-man debate. I'm gonna need y'all to let y'all finish. Dead boy, I know when you hear
Thank you,
something
bro.
fallacious, you want to cut off. Dead boy, I'm gonna need you to chill with that. Because even if it's
All right,
fallacious, even if it sounded like it was contended, I got it. I can hear it. You
All right,
good?
let
all right.
let
This
Ailey
is a
Kintai,
4-man
You guys
debate.
didn't let me say my argument in totality. I wasn't even about to pause down to
because
fucking
I'm
fall asleep.
talking to the judge already.
No,
I'm already
okay,
talking
okay.
to the judge.
But the judge
No, but
literally
you
said
wait.
Ailey.
Not
all over
only
the place.
wait. Not only did you cut me off, Deadboy cut me off. I can't fucking talk
That's
about
crazy.
my own
That's your
argument
own
for the rest.
teammate. But I have
All
to.
right.
I'm
Look.
speaking to the judge right now. So
Ailey.
Ailey said
Mhm.
that fucking the moon was based in real life.
Yeah, and you didn't let me
told him.
elaborate to
You
that.
didn't let
I
him like
asked him.
finish. Like, there's no way that you know what he's gonna
That's
argue
not the
from
point.
jump.
Deadboy, you're still
Wait,
cutting,
wait, my
bro.
brother's calling
Judge,
me.
you gotta moderate here because
I'm gonna get
Deadboy's
you
still
muted,
cutting me
bro.
off.
I'm gonna need y'all to just relax. All right, Crisis, keep
As
talking.
I was fucking saying for the 5th time, Christ. Ailey said that the moon in Dragon Ball was based in it's in real life, like it's fucking there. I said, can you prove that the moon in Dragon Ball ties into our moon in real life? That's all I said.
Well,
He didn't fucking contend that.
Crisis.
What?
Crisis. The thing is, he probably could have, or you didn't let him further elaborate.
No,
Yeah.
I literally did. No,
That's why you
hold on,
didn't let me
Kintai, because I
elaborate.
literally said
You're
that.
not letting me
Why did
I
I
said
elaborate.
that,
try
and
to
then
contend?
Deadboy cut him.
Because you didn't even let him say what he had to say, and now I'm gonna step in if you're gonna misinterpret what my teammate is saying. That's a straw man. You didn't even let this nigga finish what he got to say. Like, what? You
Yeah, Crisis,
you
just let him
misrepresenting our
finish because you
argument.
cut him off after a point. Like you cut him off
Thank
after
you. Like,
playing. Just
not even
let him
that. He wasn't
elaborate.
even finished talk. He didn't even get the fuck up and say what he wanted to say. Like, let the
Yeah.
nigga
So,
make a claim
I was
first.
just
so
giving.
Hold on,
Crisis,
Deadboy, that is
I
not
get
the
it.
case.
I get
I
it. He
made a
made a
point.
claim. I get it, Crisis. He made a claim. Prove the claim, but just let him finish a further elaboration because his
Oh my
elaboration could
god.
prove that claim. So you gotta let him finish, bro.
All right, go ahead,
Okay.
Ailey.
Okay, Ailey, just finish.
Okay. There are literal axioms that we can just apply onto the show. If we see a tree, we can't just say that tree is not the same one that we see in real life. It's obviously a basis off of what we've seen. What we're doing right now is that we're applying what a fictional. Okay, we're just applying a fictional interpretation of what was in real life. It's not the same thing when you do it in another show. It's not the same moon. It's not the same cosmos. The point we're trying to make right now is that the different characters of the different storylines cannot intertwine with the other ones unless there is a liability of those characters with the beholders. That's literally the whole point. And then you kept me like fucking contending me about the real life thing. You're saying, why isn't it the same? What is wrong with you? You keep talking over me every
Hey,
5 minutes.
I'm not gonna lie, Ailey. We have no time for that shit, bro.
Okay,
Yeah,
Continue
all right,
I'm
arguing.
just gonna
Kintai.
good point, good point.
All right, Kintai. So essentially, I'm sure you heard what you said. You're writing it down. So what you just said, Ailey, was that like this stuff, like whatever it was based on real life, and then you said it's not the same in other shows. So you literally just you basically just conceded the fact that like it's not comparable between shows. You literally said that. Like it's in your statement. You said it's not the same in
That's not
other
what he
shows.
said. That's
Yes,
not.
he is. Bro, Kintai, did you not hear that?
That's
I
not what he said.
Kintai,
I didn't write that
I know
down.
you
You can
heard
go
that
back
shit.
to the recording, but that's not what I wrote down.
Yeah,
Thank you. That's
go to the
not what he
recording because I
said.
have that.
I'll even
Go to the
elaborate.
recording.
I'll use my nigga
No, hold on,
rhetoric.
because I'm about to stream this. I'm
Hold on.
about to stream this recording.
Hold on. I'll use
That's fine.
Hold on. I'll use my nigga rhetoric to further elaborate on what he said.
I
Since
don't
you
give a
let him
fuck about your
misconstrue
nigga rhetoric. I'm
argument.
gonna go grab
What
this
he's
fucking
trying
recording.
to say is right. There's certain axioms that we apply on the fictional
Where's the
debating, like how
recording?
people jump up and they come back down. Obviously, the laws of gravity are working there. We don't have to just. It doesn't have to be stated. Bitch, if we see someone come up and back down, we know that gravity's fucking working. The fuck? We know that certain laws of logic are being applied. People have identity.
See,
They have names. Oh my god. There's certain shit that does not need to be actually proven for us to fucking go by an assumption. So it is assumed that every verse follows the basis of real life, but different fucking verses tend to be. We're not talking about that. My shit earlier was all in reference to copyright and actual owning something. That's what I'm trying to get at. I've already like made a like refutation of this earlier, which I know you didn't respond to. That's why I'm trying to go to conclusions. I fucking demolished you in this point because you're not responding. Maybe you're not responding to my argument, or you can't, or you're just gonna misconstrue it into a way that makes it more helpful for you. But all I know is now that me and Ailey been slamming for the past fucking 30 minutes, bro. Like, why can't we just conclude?
Wait,
Yeah, by
Deadboy.
the
You
way,
can say that if you want.
I have something
The
to say.
recording. Tin said he has a recording, so we're gonna see where he literally said like outright that it's not.
Okay,
Wait, guys, can I respond to Deadboy while you guys get that?
We call just Grice is racist.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to elaborate on what he
you
meant
can,
to say.
you can
Yeah,
use that.
Deadboy. You
It
realize
doesn't matter what he meant to say. He said it.
Okay, Deadboy, you realize like let's use Dragon Ball as an example. Dragon Ball in its entirety is copyrighted, not just the character of Goku. I can't use the moon specifically from Dragon Ball. I could get sued for doing that. That infringes on
Oh my god. You're not like, I don't know if your head is like full of stone or something.
If your criteria is copyright, that doesn't make any sense.
I don't know if your head is full of stone. I'm gonna explain it one more time. If you don't get it, then I'm gonna just send God to come help you. This is the last time I'm gonna give this. This is the last time I'm gonna give this analogy. There are certain axioms that fucking we follow under. Unless it's stated otherwise, we're gonna assume that their moon has the same properties of our moon, unless it's stated otherwise.
Why would we assume
that? The same thing would go for Naruto. That shit right there has nothing to do with copyright because there's certain actions that we assume under. And y'all
why do we assume it?
Why do we assume that?
Hold on, don't cut me off. Y'all trying to make the baseless
why do we assume that?
Don't cut me off.
Yo, guys, I said this shit. Y'all cannot talk after a point. Why would we assume that? Let him explain. You guys will see.
Yeah.
Relax.
I
Okay.
wanted to help him.
Exactly. So what I'm trying to get at is, right, y'all claim is completely different from the whole moon analogy. The moon shit is disanalogous, as I said earlier, and has nothing to do with what y'all argued earlier. It's two different shits, as I pointed out earlier. So we won. Like, I don't know why it's so hard for y'all to understand. It doesn't matter what the fuck you said, bitch. I just re-clarified what the fuck you just said.
You have yet to answer our contention.
Like what? What is your contention?
You have to respond to our contention. Why do we assume it?
Why would we assume that?
Yeah, why do we assume it?
Okay, so what else are you supposed to assume? You're gonna assume the moon's full of fucking bricks, houses, and fucking trees? Bitch, the fuck else is gonna be? It's a fucking moon.
No.
What else did they think
that's
the moon
not the
is?
case.
Hold on, I'm gonna explain to you why, right? A moon is what was something that orbits the Earth, right? Obviously, in Dragon Ball, we get bits over the Earth.
What?
Unless,
did you say a moon is something that orbits the Earth?
Hold on.
Yo, Crisis, I'm gonna need you to chill with that, my boy.
Word. Hold on. We assume that's the case because certain verses follow under certain axioms. I don't like repeating myself, but it's an easy point to understand, right? There's unknowables in a verse that you can't just inherently prove, so we're gonna have to go off what we previously know. We have to go off assumptions. There's nothing wrong with going off assumptions. This is a good assumption to go off of, unless it's stated otherwise. Like in Naruto, it's literally verbatim stated otherwise why the moon is different. Literally. So if I destroy the moon in Dragon Ball, it's a better feat than destroying the moon in Naruto, because in Naruto the moon's literally hollow. So we cannot say the Naruto moon's the same as the fucking our moon because it's stated differently.
Wait, why is the moon like an axiom? Why is that something we assume to be comparable?
No. Okay, let me just explain that. Something about that is that the presence of the moon literally proves that its qualities apply. Because why would the moon be in front of the fucking Earth if it's not to cover the sun at night or whatever it does? Wait. If the moon is there, what surface does it? What purpose does it serve?
All right, Ailey, I know what you're trying to argue. You're trying to argue that the moon derives from reality. That's what you're trying to argue. So does literally everything in fiction has to derive from reality.
Yeah, I know. That's exactly what we're saying. That's literally what we're saying.
Okay, but Goku derives from reality as well, so that doesn't matter.
Hold on. That's not true, right? Unless it's stated otherwise.
You just said.
We know. Hold on. We know in certain verses, certain things work differently. It has to be stated. Bitch, we go under these certain axioms because that's how shit is like works. Like I'm gonna assume that gravity's not a thing. I'm just gonna assume that when I look at the verse. I'm just gonna assume gravity doesn't exist. I'm gonna look.
I'm sorry to cut you off.
Hold on now. Hold on. Don't cut me off. Hold on. Don't cut me off. I'm gonna look and I see. I'm gonna see buildings of fucking dogs walking in the anime. I'm just gonna assume, man, Gravity must not exist there. Bitch, no. Unless it is shown otherwise, it's gonna be a regular ass fucking anime interpretation of our own world. Unless it's stated otherwise, it's not that hard to understand. You just being on the contrary saying why is not a defeater to my argument. I
Okay,
just keep saying
Deadboy,
the
let me
same
ask
thing.
you
Hold
a
on,
question.
Why is
Wazz.
not a
I have to
defeater?
say
Yeah,
Why is
Wazz,
literally
I
not
have
a
to say
defeater.
Okay,
something.
you can go. That's fine.
All right, so Kintai's transcribing, so I know he caught this as well. Waz stated everything in fiction derives from reality, and they all said yes. Thank you for conceding to
Yeah,
a point.
thank
He
you.
then
That's
said
what I was about to
Goku.
say.
He then said Goku doesn't. He said Goku derives from reality, and they said that's not the case. So they're literally contradicting their own argument.
Okay.
I was about to tell him. I was about to tell Deadboy about that.
So let me hold on. Let me say something. When I agree to something, now I hate when niggas do this shit. When I agree to something, I further then give context to what I currently agreed to. After I
You
said
agreed
that,
to
I
all
said
things
unless
in
it's stated
fiction being
otherwise.
in
So I'm not
reality, or like
sure if I'm
deriving
talking
from
to a whole
reality.
bunch of Stonehenge, Easter Island stones right now, but I promise you, I literally clarify after everything I fucking agreed to. I hate when people try to just pick apart certain things you said, and they don't.
I get it. I got
Can I
it.
please
You know what I
refute
mean?
this point?
We just don't have time.
Point?
Can we conclude? I think we won. I think we beat these niggas, bro.
Wait. Let me just
No,
refute
we're
this
on
point.
something right now.
If this point still stands, we're gonna lose if we just conclude it right now, bro.
No, it's
Let
not.
me say it.
I promise you, it's not. I promise you.
Okay. Something
Okay,
about
yeah.
Wazz's point is that it says it
Put your life
derives.
into Deadboy's.
Goku derives from real life. I know. I realize that he derives, but that's literally just stands with our point. Everything derives from fiction, but it's all an interpretation of that derivation. Derivation, is that a word? Yeah, I'll just say that. But pretty much all you have to do is that you take something, and then you just interpret it in your own way, and then because of that, you take that as your own legal license. When you
Okay,
take
so
that legal
Ailey, what you're
license, then
saying is, yeah, Ailey. So are you saying that like everything in fiction derives from reality? Or are you just saying?
No, that's not what we. It's not. Ailey, don't
No,
answer
that's
that
not. I'm
question.
not
No,
asking
we
you,
gave
Deadboy.
context
I'm
to what
asking
the fuck
Ailey
we said. I'm not gonna
specifically.
hold on, Ailey. We don't have to repeat ourselves 10 times to people that don't understand. They're trying to get us to concede to something we're not
Okay,
trying to
that's
concede
crazy.
to.
We can go to
That's not a
conclusions
good. That's
then,
not
and
a
then we can
good
just
rhetoric
stop you out
debate
in
tactic. A
conclusions.
good
That's
rhetoric
fine.
debate tactic
we'll just
is to
conclude this
argue
one.
off what the fuck we
We can
actually
just
said.
go to
So what the
conclusions,
fuck
Deadboy.
we
That's
actually
fine.
said does not say that at all. No,
So what the
everything
fuck you actually said
everything in
doesn't matter.
fiction
It's about your
derives from
interpretation.
reality
All right, that's
unless
fine.
it's shown otherwise. Like, do I need to type that out for you? So I need to pin that.
All right, so you boys go to conclusions.
Yeah, we can go to conclusions. That's fine.
Bro.
Because I feel like they don't want to speak
I
up
think
correctly.
literally, I'll do it like this. If I won,
Well, he
if I
said
lost
literally.
these
Hold
last
on.
2 points, hold on. I'll do it like this. If I lost these last 2 points, then I lose the debate. But if I win these last two, then we win the debate because they wouldn't have no scaling.
Nigga, we don't. What the fuck? You just stopped us from
Interesting.
scaling. We don't have no scaling. You just like cut me off from
All right, now you
scaling.
guys have
What?
conclusions. Here.
Yeah, that's fine. Deadboy's retarded.
Yeah, 1 second. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Y'all want to conclude up to like to everything up until now?
That's what they said.
You guys can check general for the notes.
Wait, specifically on the Shinji thing, right?
No,
Yeah, just
everything
like
up
on
until
everything
now.
up till now, they said.
Yo, do not type. Do not type. There we go. Yeah. Everything up to now.
But I thought, didn't we agree on the previous thing? Why do we need to discuss that? It would only be the things that relate to Shinji.
No, it's just everything up until now. Like, it's just a conclusion on.
Oh, it's from bottom to up, by the way. It's from bottom to up. I don't know why it sounded like that. It's from bottom to up.
Okay.
I don't know why it sounded like that, but it's from bottom to up.
Sure. I think we don't both need to give conclusions. I think Ailey already said he wants Headboy to do his. Crisis, you can do ours if you want.
Sure. So, Deadboy, go conclude.
Okay. I think I bodied these niggas like on their actual character. Let's get to this. So let's start off with the nonfiction side of things. I'm so glad their dumbass can accepted to conclude.
Yeah.
They said that their character would has something to do with nonfiction, and he made another argument about this character hacks having something to do with it was something along the lines of nonfiction. Basically, anything that was nonfiction mentioned within this debate, it doesn't matter. I posted the reality to fiction fallacy, and I said why it's fallacious, right? And hold on, and that defeats the fucking whatever shit he tried to say where his character is fucking beyond fallacies and shit like that. Like that literally defeats everything because the reality to fiction fallacy says no matter what, there's no character within fiction that can interact with the things that in our real life, and they never, ever, ever even try to denounce the fallacy or even like say why it's not fallacious. So I literally posted that fallacy. And you can go up in scans and say that. So that defeats their whole nonfiction side of things. Then we go into the fictional part where I say literally their argument is like they're the totality of nonfiction and fiction. So that means it's like the whole of it, right? I said literally your verse cannot contain what's the word? Your verse cannot contain verses like Dragon Ball and shit like that because Dragon Ball is established in a copyright like product from someone else. For you to actually canonically say you own Dragon Ball, you have to buy them. You have to have the rights to say that, but I don't have the rights to say that. So I literally so basically they're like some fictional fake Dragon Ball where they have in their shit, but it's not the actual one. They can't actually use it to cross scale. Then when they use the word cross scale, they take what I say out of context and they start bringing up like power scaling. We go to the moon example, which I gave a great analogy, which was never defeated. I said, in terms of cross scaling, we could scale in a sense where if I destroy a moon in Dragon Ball, then it'd be moon level. If I destroy a continent within Naruto, it'd be continental. So obviously that character from Dragon Ball beat that Naruto character. Then they try to say, oh, everything in fiction derived from reality, all this, that, and the third. They take what we say out of context, which I love people do that because it makes them sound dumb. I say unless it's stated otherwise. They kept saying why, but why is not a defeater to a claim that I'm making, right? It's just further elaboration. So if I kept further elaborating with you actually giving me a defeater, that means I won a point. You saying why does not defeat what I said. What I was saying the whole time is, right, there's certain actions that we follow under, right? So I gave the laws of logic, the laws of gravity examples, right? And unless stated otherwise, we have to go with what they're talking about. Then they misinterpreted what we said again. I know I probably forgot some shit, but I just know I stomped these niggas, bro. Literally, they're so bad. But you go ahead, bro. I'll shut up.
I contributed.
All right. So we started off with me trying to scale my character to being like the totality of all fiction and nonfiction. He said he gave the reality to fiction interaction fallacy, which I literally stated like that doesn't even defeat my character, which I already said because my character doesn't interact with any of the characters in any fiction or nonfiction. He's simply the totality of all of them, so that fallacy doesn't even like come to pass. On top of that, I also said that my character has like inherently he's like not affected by like any kind of fallacies or like I even said in like my statements that any arguments made about him aren't affected by any kind of like fallacy or like any kind of impossibility or like illogicality. That was also never contended. Like I was saying earlier, when they cut me off and like they did the whole fucking like that's not the case because of like the copyright thing. I already made like the point that the whole fucking moon argument, but they said that's not the case, and then that's when it went into fucking the what was it? The all things in fiction derive from reality. He can say he like substantiated on it, but even if he substantiates on it, he already agreed. And if two parties agree in a debate, then like you just concluded there. So he already agreed to all things in fiction deriving from reality, which would still contradict the reality to nonfiction, or the reality to fiction interactions that they were talking about prior. And like I said, they already agreed to it, so the two parties agreed that be concluded there. Like you can't substantiate it afterwards because that would be like, let's say like burden of rejoinder or whatever. Like you can't go back in time to like argue a point that was already concluded on. And then after that, he started being like, whatever, copyright, nonsensical bullshit. And then I was like, we can just conclude because he already made so many points that we've already either A, defeated, or B, like, it's already been agreed upon. So it just didn't matter at that point.
Okay, before you give a judgment, like,
this was a fun debate.
Everything? Did you hear everything? Like everything?
Yeah, I heard everything. I have it written down in my notes. I could literally read if I didn't. Trust me, I heard everything.
Okay.
This was a fun debate. I like judging debates like this. So there was a couple points in here, and I did want to note something else out. If you guys are reading my notes, let Crisis finish. Like there was so many times where I was just typing and that nigga just let my nigga finish. But I'm just gonna clarify arguments real quick. Now, there was the main point of the first point, of course, if his character can actually be a part of nonfiction and fiction and the totality of everything. Of course, there's Crisis' main point on that. And then there was a sub point of the suing, the moon analogy, which consisted of all of that. And then there was another sub point as if copyright infringements block another from using, just kind of went on there. So, what do you guys want judgment on first? The sub points or the main point?
I mean, everything. Just go ahead. Do what you got to do.
Okay, well, the main point, I think Deadboy won. And I can apply, of course, if you need substantiation, of course I can apply it. So let me just go down the line real quick. So now here's the problem with that. See, the concession shit, let me just start with that. So when Wazz tried to like kind of trap Deadboy in the concession, and if you go read my notes on the 3rd page, Deadboy already stated in like we're gonna go under this. By the way, I hope you guys know, Deadboy already answered this in his argument. He said we're gonna follow the axioms of real life and the principles of real life unless stated otherwise. I write it about 3 times before Wazz kind of traps them. And then when Deadboy tries to clarify and give further context, of course, well, you thought you trapped him, but he stated unless otherwise. And then he also offers the example of Naruto and the Hollow Moon. So if you guys wondering why that little trap didn't work, it's kind of because Deadboy kind of already gave context before you guys kind of trapped it. So it was so that part of the conclusion we can just kind of look over that one. Continuing on, I was really looking for this because Wazz is a really big skeptic. I noticed this about him. Hold on, I'm gonna pause because I feel like I'm going a little monologue. I'm gonna pause the time real quick because you guys still need a debate. Yeah, Wazz is a really big skeptic, and I was kind of hearing on this. So Wazz attacked the point of, well, why do we need to follow the infringement, right? And that was kind of a really he was kind of really picking apart the argument. That was kind of really putting Deadboy down. Like, why do we need to follow the infringement? Why do we need to follow the copyrights? Well, they kind of explained that the copyrights is kind of what stopped. It's kind of what holds everyone, not holds everyone, holds an author or entitles them to their character. And that's the issue. And then he's placing the basis of infringements, blocking the fact that your character is a part of this, can be a part of every reality. And then you guys kind of go into some irrelevant shit, but as a moderator, I can't determine what's relevant and irrelevant. So then continuing on the moon point, right? Continuing on the moon point of the axioms and shit and the analogy. Now, this is about to sound weird, but I'm gonna explain why, right? I actually think Wazz in Crisis won that point, and I'll explain why it doesn't contribute to the main point. I'll explain why it doesn't contribute. But as far as the moon point goes, though, I do think Wazz in Crisis won that point. And let me tell you why. Deadboy, because I know you like to win all your points no matter what, relevant or not, but Crisis and Wazz did kind of win that point.
Hold on, Kentai. I'm not going to argue your judgment. Like, our judgment can't be argued in this debate, in this tournament. That's the rules. That's literally what it says. No matter what, we can't argue what the fuck you say.
That's not true. Where are you getting that from?
Look at the rules.
What'd I say?
Look at the rules.
Of course.
The rule says judgments are final and must be given if time runs out, meaning after the debate timer runs out, you can't argue with judgment.
That's not what that. That's not like you have like a.
Do you want to go to Zenny again, bro?
Do you have hold on? Do you have an interpretation like reading thing?
Yeah,
it says judgments are final
Zenny.
and must be given if a time runs out. That's 2 different like.
I mean, by your earlier logic,
separated with the
Deadboy, by your earlier logic, we would still need to go and ask Zenny. Like, even if we disagree, we would just have to ask Zenny. So it doesn't matter. Like, I'm not disagreeing with you. Like, I literally just we would have to ask Zenny.
Yeah, I mean, Kentai, you can continue while we wait.
Oh yeah, well, I do think Wazz and Crisis won that point. I just thought I have to prepare myself to debate Deadboy because I know he likes to win all of his points. But yeah, so Wazz and Crisis did kind of win that point because something you guys didn't attack that kind of I was really thinking a lot because like Wazz being a skeptic really kind of fucks with people, and it really kind of derails arguments a lot. And the thing is, well, Wazz did say one very important thing that was, in my opinion, kind of looked over, but really could really hurt the argument. He stated, well, the entirety of Dragon Ball, in the analogy, the entirety of Dragon Ball is under a copyright system. And so the moon would obviously be included. Now, Deadboy, I know you directly responded to this. You directly responded to it, right? I know you did. Relax before you like in your head you get all mad. But what you responded to didn't really defeat the basis of your skepticism. He's saying the entirety of Dragon Ball and the moon included would be canonical. While you and Ailey were trying to push the point of the aspects and principles being related or correlated to real life, right? So bad, you guys kind of overlooked as to, well, what are we taking from real life? And then what are we taking to be different? It kind of didn't matter. You guys really had to press the point of the basis of, well, why would the moon, why would the moon be under the copyright? Or why would the certain aspect or principles be under the copyright? To be honest, to be fair, I thought a good refutation you guys could have said was, well, the a certain aspect in the moons could be under the
Don't stop. Don't do that.
fault, bruh. But anyways,
Hold on.
I
That's
do have a question.
That's
Like,
so that's part of the
Kentai,
sub point.
I
So when I
Yeah, of course.
re-clarify what I was said, that's part of the main point.
What?
I was about to say, like, the sub point is part of the main point. So I was
I'm
going to
aware,
ask
and
you,
I'm going to
Kentai,
tell you why. I'm going to tell you.
what's the
I'm going to tell you. Yeah, you better ask the difference. I'm going to explain. I'm going to explain.
Yeah.
No, not that.
Yeah,
I wasn't going to ask that.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get at too. Because if I like the main point, if I won the main point, a part of the main point, then the sub point's like irrelevant. Because if I won like something I said a part of the main point, then I kind of just win.
I mean, because the thing is, if you guys run out of time, the reason I'm explaining the point system is from my experience from judging from Zenny tournaments, if you guys run out of time, which you guys will, you guys only have 45 minutes left, but I pause the timer because the judgment's really long. If you guys don't get to scaling time, which you guys will not, it goes on how much points someone won. That's how it goes, Deadboy.
Kentai, I have a question.
All right, so Kentai, I was gonna ask.
You can ask.
What did you say? What did you say the defeater was to the main point?
Oh, the defeater?
Yeah.
So you guys, so his main defeater was the copyright infringement point. I think he won that point. When you guys, the first point you guys got into, the copyright.
That's what I'm trying to get at. If you think I won the copyright infringement point where I established, I said unless you look, I remember this part. You said it's part of the main point. You said unless stated otherwise, we have to go under like our like ideas of real life. If that's a part of the main point, what you said like they didn't understand like what I was trying to say, then this sub point doesn't matter.
That's what I understand that, right?
Oh,
but
okay.
I'm only explaining the sub point because again, if you guys get to timer, if I'm giving them the point because when timer runs out, it's who has the most points won.
Okay.
So I have to go under every point.
Yeah.
And I have to let them know that even if it may not be relevant as of right now, it's still a point contributed at the end of time because you guys have 45 minutes left.
All right, Kentai, I have a question.
Of course.
I don't know, like, if you got lost somewhere, but it is impossible that we won the moon point and they won the main point. Our point, as it relates to the point about the moon would defeat their entire main point.
I can explain. I didn't get lost. Trust me. I didn't get lost. So the moon point was irrelevant. That's what I was trying to get you at. The moon point was actually irrelevant, which is crazy enough because that's why I don't know if you heard me, but when Crisis made that kind of analogy, it was kind of weird because it was irrelevant. The point is, he's using copyright and infringement as a basis, right? You guys are using a property and aspect, and then you guys try to use Deadboy's logic and try to correlate it to, okay, well, in Crossverse, we do that all the time, right? In Crossverse, we do that all the time. And Deadboy clearly explained, well, no, in Crossverse, we take feats from their respective verses. That's actually verbatim. We take feats from the respective verses, and then we can come to this conclusion on who would win based off the feats in their respective verses, right?
Okay,
you guys derailed. Hold on. You guys derailed. You guys derailed and started talking about a whole separate point that Deadboy and Ailey decided to argue. The reason I'm considering this a point, regardless of it being irrelevant, is because Deadboy and Ailey took it upon themselves to argue against it anyway.
All right, Kentai, what I'm saying, right? When they brought up like the fact of copyright and not being able to like do anything, they said even in Crossverse, my entire point was like focused around the idea of, due to the fact that like not all the verses in Crossverse are the same. Like you can't base like certain feats as they said to each other. And even when they said when he said like unless it's outright stated, that would still flow
Mhm.
into my point because of the fact that like say Naruto has a hollow moon, right? And Dragon Ball doesn't. Like he said,
Mhm.
the moon feat in Naruto would still be lesser than the moon feat in Dragon Ball. That was kind of my point, was that you can't really like compare the two.
Well, that doesn't make sense either, because the thing is that's where it becomes not mutually exclusive. He's saying that unless stated otherwise, feats can be comparable based off of what we see in life, and we use what is assumed to make conclusions about interpretations in fiction. That's their point. I just kind of combine points. Your point is that, well, okay, right? If we're wait, what was your point again? I'm sorry. I don't want to misconstrue you.
My point is essentially
Yeah.
because he was talking about how copyright infringement works and like how things are
Yeah.
owned. Like the point of our argument was simply that even if something is copyrighted, like say because for example, like the universes in Bleach, like the Bleach verse is owned by like whoever wrote Bleach.
Yeah,
Like
Taikubo.
we scale all of these feats that are
Yeah.
owned, like the events and shit, the stories, the narratives are all owned under copyright of the authors. Our point is you can't by his logic, right? Like by the fact that like we can't like infringe on copyright, we can't compare the feats that happen in other verses because they're all owned by different copyrights.
And real quick,
See, now
wait,
that's where you're
wait.
wrong.
Kensai, did you
Now
hear?
that's where you're wrong.
Did you hear?
Yes, I know that. I got you. And that's where you're wrong.
Wait,
Then that's where you're
can
wrong.
can I add on to that before you say why that's wrong?
Did you hear Ailey's response to that though when they said that exact point?
I did. I know. Wazz, you could add on.
Okay, so basically, if we won the moon point, it would be true that under Deadboy's logic, you literally can't have cross-verse debates because the entirety of the verse would be copywritten. You can't compare them. Is what.
Well, I'll get to the moon point later because I thought that's contributing to what Crisis said. I'm going to respond to Crisis, then I'll get to you. Well, Crisis, see, that's where the issue is. That's where the issue lies, right? Your character, they're not focusing on that. You're trying to crush him with his own logic that doesn't consider your character. They're arguing that your character considers a totality within respective verses.
That's what
right?
I'm trying to argue.
A part of characters are respected. You're trying to say, well, okay, right? Well, when we use feats from their respective verses, because they're copyrighted, we can't intertwine them. But they're saying, well, no, that's not the case. The case is that when you write something and you bring another copyrighted character into your verse, just because they die in the verse you brought them to, it doesn't mean it's going to happen with another copyrighted.
Thank you for understanding. Yeah, that's what I'm that's why the points are relevant.
That's what they're trying to contribute. And the thing is, you said the crossverse thing, and they separated it while saying, okay, unless stated otherwise, we can use respective feats from their verses and come to a conclusion as to who would win based off of that. But the thing is,
still, like I've already responded to that point. That point was made during the debate, and I made the point that my character doesn't interact with any of the characters within any verses that makes it part of it.
Hold up, I didn't say interact. You said it's a totality. That means they are a part of. They responded to that.
And you guys were saying that like if a character dies in a verse that you brought them to, it doesn't affect like their canonical verse. And I'm saying that's cool and all that, but that doesn't even apply to my character.
Oh well, it does.
You're saying nothing his character does will affect the canonical verse in that way, so it doesn't matter.
That's what we're saying.
And I'll explain why. Right? It actually does, because you're taking the literal correlation rather than the correlation analogously. Also, I'll explain it like this. Right? It's not that they're not saying your character is actually your character actually is going to go into Naruto and kill Naruto, and then suddenly Kishimoto has a breakdown and Naruto's dead, everyone's crying. That's not what they're actually saying, right? They're using this respective correlation and applying it to your characters. Well, your character is stated to be a part, a totality, a part of, right? They're saying you cannot do this, right? Or your character, whoever, cannot grab the respective part of fiction. It doesn't matter interaction, they are a part of, he cannot actually be a part of this. They can all be a part of him canonically, and it applied because of the infringement in the barriers. It works analogously because it's almost like going into someone else's verse, killing them, and expecting the character to die. But instead, in the sense, you're grabbing these parts of fiction and incorporating them to your character's argument without the copyright infringement needed to. And that's what they're saying. You can't unless proven otherwise.
All right.
Okay, so
can I
unless
ask you a
proven
simple question?
otherwise,
Huh?
If that's the case, then how did he ever defeat my analogy where I said if I write a character right now and his only feat is a statement, like an author statement, where it says, I'm stronger than Goku. And even for clarification, they include a picture of Goku so we're all on the same page. He
I
said
know
that's
that.
not comparable, even
Hold
though
on.
there's no reason to assume that's a different Goku, that anything about that Goku's different.
Did you directly hear my response to this? Because it's like I literally directly responded to that same analogy.
Repeat it.
I would
You can
just, I
repeat
would
it.
just, hold on. I would just say it wouldn't matter if they could draw the exact same Goku and his name is Goku, no matter based on how copyright infringement works and shit like that. That is not the same Goku. You have to own the character to have the actual make an actual
Oh, wait,
canon
yeah,
story.
wait, never. I remember.
Okay,
Yeah,
and then our point based on that was then nothing is comparable because we don't own the Dragon Ball moon, so why could we compare that to the Naruto moon?
Oh, you're gonna see how that doesn't matter. You're gonna see why that doesn't matter. You're gonna see it doesn't matter. But continuing on
And if
Crisis'
you're gonna
point.
say we assume it's similar enough to the moon in real life that we can logically infer something based on the feat, and we said why would you assume any of that? And he never gave a reason why.
Oh, he did.
His
No, he
entire
did. Wait,
argument hinges on the fact that they're not
Oh no, he
comparable.
did. He did. Oh no, he directly responded to that. His response is kind of weird. He was like, he was going crazy, but he's saying again. He said, "Why would we assume?" He said, "Based off previous knowledge we had." He said that directly. I transcribed that. If you go look at the notes, and do I write these for no reason? If you go look at the notes at the final page, he does respond to that.
Okay, but my point is, if you can do that based on the moon, then you can do that based on Goku. There's no difference. Goku as a character isn't any more copyrighted than the moon in Dragon Ball.
Oh, because when you said Goku, I don't know if you also heard this. Deadboy also said, because you said Deadboy would have Goku derives from reality too. You said that. I don't know if you remember you saying
I
that.
said
But
everything
you said that.
derives from reality. I'm trying to show that there's no
And
difference
then
between them, and that he's
said,
drawing a
remember,
separation
and then
that's
he
not
said,
there.
and then remember, he said unless stated otherwise. Now the only thing I like is that Deadboy didn't kind of elaborate because Goku's obviously a Saiyan who isn't human, right? And who obviously can't fly and shit. So I tried my hardest in this judgment not to make arguments for Deadboy, but you cannot grab it out of context because you didn't include the unstated otherwise when you said everything derives from reality. Because they did include
when I gave my analogy.
not.
Wait, when I gave my analogy, where if I write a character that says they can beat Go, I literally just said, and I said within the debate, why would you assume there's anything different about that Goku? I was using his own logic against him. That was my whole
I'm saying
point.
because we would assume that because no matter what, it can't be the same Goku because you don't own it. That's what I'm trying to get at. Like,
Okay,
what?
so why would you assume it's the same moon?
Ooh,
You don't own it.
Actually, hold on.
That's the
that
whole.
hold on. That doesn't make sense,
bro. Because we can assume it's the same
You don't
moon.
have to own it to make a logical inference about it.
Hold on. We can assume it's the same moon because as we went to the whole details, there's things in fiction that's based off of reality and shit like that. You're taking a specific character, a specific thing from a different verse. You're taking like a character's name and
everything
shit like that.
derives from reality.
Hold on. That's exactly why I said we could not compare and contrast Naruto's moon to Dragon Ball's moon because it's two completely different things, right? I said copyright comes into play when you try to mess with the canonical like things and shit like that. You're not messing with any canon if you're cross scaling. There's no canon being messed with. It's hypothetical debating. You're no longer being hypothetical when you're actually saying this verbatim does this thing, but that cannot be the case because you do not own it, right? That's what debating is.
Wait, that's not the case. Hold on, that's not the case.
That's not what debating is. Like,
hold on, Deadboy. That's not necessarily the case. Deadboy, that's not necessarily the case. Because you just said. Because you just said.
Hold on, y'all gonna argue with me or Hentai? Hentai sound like he's not changing his mind.
Because, like I was saying, right? You just said that my character. Hold on. Let me.
Wait, before you continue, I hate to give bad news, but this is how I judge. This is only an initial argument. This is only an initial judgment, and let me tell you why. Well, Crisis, I don't know if you remember. I'm surprised you actually didn't bring this up and what arguing me. I like to test I like to test feel on judging. But you did bring up a contention that Deadboy said something that would tear apart his argument, right? Deadboy said Grice's razor, but I never re-listened. So unfortunately, I hate wasting all this time, but this is still only an initial judgment until I go look back and look over it.
Okay, that's fine. So you just gotta look back.
So like I was.
So I still have to look back.
I have one more question based on your judgment.
Hold on, bro, man, I can't speak.
No, I promise, Crisis. After this, I'm done. I have no more contentions after this. I mean, I have a contention, but there's no point in continuing to argue. So, Kentai, you said that Deadboy's analogy, I forget exactly what you said, but you were basically saying we can't directly relate it to Crisis's character because it's not analogous, but we have to. You wanted us to like engage with his analogy in a weird way, where we were like viewing his character through the lens of his analogy. I don't know what you were asking us to do there. Like,
what?
Crisis explained why his analogy wouldn't relate to his character. Because he's not actually affecting the canonicity of those verses.
Well, in instance, he is. Because in order for your character to actually scale above fiction and nonfiction, it would have to include the canonicity, correct?
No, Kentai.
Not necessarily.
Let's say, Kentai, let me ask you a question, Kentai.
Hold on, yes it does.
Before you talk, in all fairness, Crisis, you got cut off a lot. So you never really fully explain your character. That's why
I never got a chance to fully explain what I was saying. That's what I was doing.
I never had no chance to fully explain. That's why with Deadboy multiple times.
So Kentai, when you said Deadboy, Jesus Christ, bro, you're doing it again.
Deadboy, let him talk.
Damn, bro, you're literally doing what he just said you do. Holy shit, man.
Not to also mention, currently you kind of have like an incomplete character. I try to hint at you multiple times.
That's what I was saying. I kept trying to say that shit, but no one like let me speak.
And I'm saying
that's what I was going to say earlier. You said that like I can't do anything that because it would have to be like canon and unless stated otherwise and all that shit. What you guys are missing, right, is that essentially what my character isn't like, and I'm not even gonna get into this right now because like we're in the middle of conclusions. But essentially, I never stated that my character was the combined total of any canons. I only said that it was the combined total of fiction and nonfiction. I never said anything about canonicity.
What do you think? What do you think? Like,
well, hold on, Deadboy, because we're presupposing. Well, if it's going down that route, then you guys kind of just wasted time, because now we're presupposing. They kind of got you by the point and got you by the tail, and you never got to fully elaborate. So if you elaborate what you meant by fiction, we could have evaded all of this. So now we're presupposing. So I'll offer you a deal, right? I'll offer you a deal because I think this should be fair, right, Zenny? Because he got cut off. I want to offer you a deal, right? If your elaboration of fiction is far apart and doesn't regard anything that was just spoken about, I should be allowed to give you guys 35 minutes back of your time to continue arguing the full scale of your character.
What?
It's because look, Deadboy, in all fairness, if he's not saying what's saying, like, because it's his scale. If we're not going off of what he's talking about, we were just presupposing this whole time. And to be fair,
wait. Okay, that's not my fault. The first time he would have heard me presuppose it, like fiction to be anything other different, even if I was cutting him off or not, he should have made an argument the first time. The first time I ever presupposed fiction was anything different than what he thinks it is, the first time he could have disregarded what I said, and he could have said that's not what I think.
We never. But hold on, you never brought up.
Don't cut me off. I'm not going to let you do this because now that's what he's saying now. But if that was really the case, if that was really true, he would have never engaged in an argument with me trying to defeat what I said, because my argument wouldn't mean anything because it's not attacking what he thinks something is, right? So if that's really the case, he would have been said something. He would have been said I misinterpreted it. So I'm not going to let you get
been saying
hold on. So since Deadboy finished,
I'm not going for that. I don't care. That's no.
Okay, you're repeating yourself. Hold on. So since Deadboy finished, what he was saying, right, was he was saying that I shouldn't have started like arguing about like copyright and all that shit, right? Here's the thing. The whole point of copyright was brought up, and I was arguing with him about copyright. I never argued with him about canonicity. So I never said anything about canonicity in the debate, which goes along with what I said to you.
That's something I brought up, right? that's something I brought up. If you had any different opinions why that didn't matter, the first thing for you to say is that it has nothing to do with anything. You then engage in an argument with me, so that implies to me that it matters to you somehow. And something doesn't matter to me, debate. If you fucking make an argument,
Didn't we tell
hold
you
on,
like 10
hold on, no
times
cut, hold on,
copyright
don't cut
doesn't
me off, don't
matter?
cut me off. If you make an argument
I
in the
literally
debate,
said
my mom has
copyright
blue
doesn't matter
balls.
10 times.
It doesn't
Hold
mean
on,
anything.
bro.
I'm not going to engage that because it doesn't mean anything to the debate. So if it's
What?
really
But I
true
literally said
that canonicity
copyright
doesn't have
doesn't
anything to
matter.
do with the debate, you would have just disregarded it and explained what you thought canonicity is and fiction was.
But that's
So, no, I'm
literally,
not gonna let him do that.
what I
Rat
did was
shit.
I told you that copyright doesn't matter, and here's why. And you're like, no, that's not the case.
Yeah, we told you over and over copyright doesn't matter, bro.
Okay,
The
then hold
entire
on,
time.
and then your arguments after that could have been you explaining that, but then you can again.
They
That's your
were?
fault.
You just kept
Hold
cutting
on,
me
that's your
off.
fault that you
Let me
don't know how
see.
to debate and you let people derail you. What you should have said was,
What,
"This
bro?
does not matter."
What?
It's a red herring. That's not what I'm trying to argue. That's
That's
not my
literally
fault.
what,
You don't know how to
bro.
debate.
Okay,
That's
so
not.
here's what's
So we're gonna
happening.
let these niggas get extra
I'm
35 minutes so they don't know how to elaborate.
You get
No.
another 35
What?
minutes too. What are you
No, I
complaining
elaborate
about?
after every time. Hold on, Kentai, tell the truth. After every time I was misinterpreted, straw man, I fucking talked over it to restate what I said, right?
Yeah, I
They could
shouldn't
have
have
did
allowed it.
they could have hold on. They could have did the same thing. I don't give a fuck. Don't try to be.
You
You know what I'm trying
didn't
to say, bro?
strawman us.
Don't try to. No, they could have did the same exact thing. No, just because they don't
No,
have a
because you're
aggressive.
not
Hold on, just
listening,
because they don't have
Deadboy.
an aggressive debate style and they don't like to, speak up with
What?
their voice. That's not my fault.
What?
Like if you feel
Hold
like I
on,
misinterpreted
what?
what you said, you're supposed to call
This
that
guy's
out.
using
But no, I'm not
pathos
gonna let you
rhetoric
wait till
now.
after. No, that doesn't make sense. I'm not gonna let you wait till after the fact. Like no,
So
Ken,
you're a
I'm not letting you do
pathos
that, bro.
rhetoric
Simple as
debater.
that.
That's interesting.
Mm.
You
Simple
debate
as that.
using
No, I'm
the
not letting people wait
audience.
till
That's
after the
crazy.
fact. My nigga, the same way you cut me off mid-debate as Kentai said that we both been cutting both each other off, right? You could have cut me off and say what you had to say, but you didn't. You waited till now. So no, I think we could just got what we got now.
That's
So
crazy.
Making a
based
Anyways,
off,
conclusion?
hold on.
so
That's
Kentai,
crazy.
as you
Okay,
so
Kentai,
Kentai, as you were
give a
saying,
conclusion based off what we have
as
now. It's not no fucking
so
35-minute deal. The fuck, niggas got shit
so
to do.
Kentai,
I
as you
got
were
bitches to
saying,
talk to later, bro.
like
The
he
fuck?
said,
Come on
like
now.
he said, and like you said, we never talked about canonicity. We only talked about copyright. If
All
you
right,
wanted to go off on a tangent
if
about
you
copyright,
honestly think,
like
we
you
should
just,
ask
bro,
Kentai.
stop. You're okay, bro. I'm really
Hold on,
finna
Kentai.
like, bro,
Ask
Kentai, you
Kentai
can just
to chill now.
moderate.
Hold on.
It's during conclusion, so you can just like you can mute him if we
Oh,
need
you're
to
the
like
TC mod, bro.
not.
Hold
Hold on.
Yeah,
Kentai,
you
is that
can
true?
you can
Is that
moderate
true?
at
Did
any
we never
time.
talk about canonicity?
We didn't
What?
talk about canonicity. We talked about copyright the entire time. And like you said, even the judge said, like, if it's
Kentai, so we never
irrelevant,
talked
it's
about
irrelevant.
canonicity
But we
this
can still
entire time.
argue irrelevant shit.
I'm sorry, you guys. I'm not gonna lie. The point of the copyright was for canonicity.
Thank
why.
you.
But
Like
it was
We never
oh
said
my
anything
God.
about canonicity.
You
That's
guys,
Kentai,
I
that's
know
a
you
lie.
guys didn't. I know.
That's a
Kentai,
presupposition
it
of
was about-
implication.
I did. I mentioned
Kentai,
canon.
it
Oh,
was
by the way,
about copyright
I'm gonna
and
go
how it
sleep and
relates
I'm
to
gonna be happy.
crossverse.
No, it
That's
wasn't about.
literally a
No.
presupposition of
No.
implication.
No, it wasn't how cross for copyrights deals are cross first. That's why I said the second point was stupid. It was how copyright deal with canonicity because they were presupposing the canonicity in your fiction that you never clarified.
Yes, I said they were presupposing canonicity. That's why I said we didn't
Okay.
ever debate
So
anything
Kentai,
about canonicity.
If you guys were arguing against it, because if his main defeater is canonical arguments, like I can screenshot it right now, right? He's using canonical arguments, basically saying via his copyright arguments and barriers cannot actually access all of fiction, and it could be a fan-made version, said fiction reality argument. That's the thing, right?
Yeah,
so
but-
he was only arguing copyright to support his canonicity argument, and you guys argued against it because he was presupposing canonicity in your fiction.
Right, but like you said, Kentai.
So in the debate,
Bro,
if he engages with
I've
that
literally been
argument,
trying to
right,
speak to
that'd be
Kentai
the
the
argument that
whole
we're
time.
arguing under. So we're
That's
gonna
the
really,
issue.
so for Kentai, we're really gonna go back, give them boy 35 more minutes.
Okay, you literally
because they
just
don't know how
said
to
that it
debate.
was irrelevant. Kentai even said that it was irrelevant.
It is
That was
not
the
irrelevant.
entire
That's
point
what
was
we're
that we
debating
were
upon
debating something
now
irrelevant.
because y'all don't know how to fucking clarify
It's
stuff.
still irrelevant to his character, regardless of
It
what
would
you
not.
think.
still be
Kentai,
irrelevant.
No, it's not. Like, bro, I've never heard.
You
people,
can't
like, don't
force
do
your
that.
point to apply to his character. What do you mean?
Because look, the thing is, the reason I'm on like being sympathetic towards Deadboy is because in his main point, he was presupposing canonicity, and the thing is, you guys engaged in that substantiation.
Thank you, bro. Like,
Okay,
no,
but
thank you.
so
That's
are we
totally
all
what
on?
it
Okay,
is.
so are
being
we
fair.
all on agreement?
Thank
Let me
you.
ask the question: are we all on agreement that they're presupposing canonicity? Yes or no?
That boy
Yeah.
brought it up.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So then we can all agree that they were presupposing canonicity, and I can get back to why my character scales to
No,
all
because
fiction
you
and
supposed
non-fiction.
to
But
listen if
no,
you
the
engage
thing
with
you're
it.
Crisis, the thing you're kind of overlooking is you did engage.
Thank
Hentai,
you,
just
like-
because he
Even
engages
if I
with something
engage, it would
doesn't mean
still
it
be
applies to
irrelevant.
his
Yeah,
character. That
it
doesn't
would
matter.
still be
So that's what
irrelevant.
you should have said.
Okay, Wazz, that was kind of dumb. Just why would you argue it if it doesn't apply?
It doesn't
to
matter
Thank you,
why
like,
he
you-
did it.
It would still be irrelevant.
It
Yeah,
does
Even
matter
if-
why
that's
he
like
does
saying
Doesn't
if
it.
matter why
if
he
I'm
did it.
arguing-
That doesn't mean it
That's it.
applies.
if I'm
That's it.
arguing about
Yes,
waffles,
it
right?
does, because
Hold on,
that means
Kintai.
that's the thing we're arguing upon
Kintai.
right now. And like again,
Kintai, if I'm
that's
arguing
true, because
about
there's certain shit in this
fucking
debate. Hold on, there's
waffles,
certain shit in this debate.
and then
where
I
you said it
start
was irrelevant.
arguing about
I said it has
tacos,
nothing. That
does
has
that
nothing to
mean
do with
that
this.
like
What?
the
It's
taco
fucking
argument
called a
is
red
relevant to
herring.
the
Stop
waffle
talking all
argument?
at once. Stop
It's
talking all at once. Can I just
Yeah.
say
So
that
like
I'm
I
about
was-
to go
I'm sorry.
sleep? Can I just say that?
So-
That's all I've been wanting to say for like the past 20 minutes. I'm
'Cause
gonna go
look-
sleep, and that's it.
Alright,
Miley.
alright, cool. So
'Cause-
Kintai, as I was saying, if I'm talking about if I'm arguing with someone about waffles, and then I'm arguing about, and then another guy comes in and he starts arguing with me about tacos, like, and they're both like arguing to me, but I'm arguing about two different things with both of them. One would still be irrelevant to the other. So just because they presuppose canonicity of like the taco,
You
I
see
would
what-
still be like arguing waffles with another
Do you
person.
see what?
Like,
Do you see what
it's-
that's not analogous?
Oh yeah, I'm about to say, yo, Crisis, that's not analogous because the thing is, you
Hentai, do you honestly think just because you engage with something means it applies to your
Yes.
character?
no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, well, okay,
Well,
well,
then
the
she
thing
can
is,
still
Wait,
argue his
what?
character if this doesn't apply. Then that's
Oh,
exactly what you're
cannot.
saying.
Thank
okay,
you.
but the
You
thing is,
cannot.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying, well, the first refutation that was given to Deadboy's argument, or not Deadboy, Crisis' argument was you, and you said, can you not make a character that scales above? That was your exact words. That you
What does
gave
it
the
have to do with
first-
canonicity?
And then, okay, because the problem is the canonicity. He only brought not canonicity. He only brought copyrights to conform to canonicity. The
See, but
problem
he didn't
is
say that
Hentai.
either.
he
Hentai.
did.
It's
like-
Hentai,
he
you're not
brought,
understanding.
The whole
Kentai,
time.
you're not. You guys aren't understanding. I promise you guys aren't
Hold on,
understanding.
hold on,
He can
hold on,
bring up
Zinni.
copyright all he
Zin-
wants as it relates to canonicity, but if his argument about canonicity still doesn't apply to Crisis's character, then it's still irrelevant. That doesn't
Okay,
matter.
Okay, but what you're not understanding is that, okay, why would you
Just
engage
because
in
it doesn't matter
substantiating-
why.
It wouldn't matter
What
why
you're
I did.
missing is it doesn't matter why.
Okay, well, I could just.
It would
easily
still
say
be
it,
irrelevant.
You just changed
No,
it like
it
now.
does-
Even though it's gonna be bad.
That's
for you, like,
unfortunate.
hold on,
Okay,
let me-
but you're still
hold on.
presupposing that,
Hold
boy.
on,
Like that's
Zinni,
unfortunate.
Look,
Zinni.
let me talk, right? Deadboy's defeater it wasn't canon. It was canonicity. That's the main conclusion of his point, right?
But he would
brought
still
up
he would have to
copyright,
presuppose that.
and he copyright, all right, and he brought up copyright as substantiation. If you guys defeated the substantiation, you guys defeat the main point. That's what you're not understanding. So the question I have to you is that instead of rather engaging for 45 minutes on a point that was presupposed, why didn't you guys just get rid of the presupposition in the first place?
That's what I just said. That's Kintai. That's literally what I said. I said I was gonna get back to
Well,
scaling my
then answer the
character without the
question.
presupposition.
So then answer the question. Why?
We're getting rid of the
We're
presupposition.
We're getting rid
We're
of
like
it right
we're
now.
Yeah,
That's literally what I said.
Hold on, Kentai. They're getting rid of it right now when it's been pointed out right now. They wasn't out. I promise
Yeah.
you.
That's
this was never gonna be
unfortunate,
mentioned.
bro.
Kentai.
Like
This was
you
never mentioned.
presuppose.
Like, what?
That's
No,
unfortunate.
keep it like,
Kentai,
look.
Kentai, I'm gonna ask you a serious question, okay, bro? Because this is
Mhm.
ridiculous. If we're arguing whether Naruto beats Goku and he starts arguing some shit about pancakes and we go off and argue that doesn't mean pancakes
Did you
relate
not?
to either of our
Did you not
arguments
hear
at
him
all.
like say? Did you not hear him say why it's
No.
not analogous?
No, that's not analogous.
It doesn't just
Exactly,
because
like,
we
oh my
engage
God,
with
that's because, like,
something
Look,
doesn't
look,
mean it relates to our
why you need to work on
character.
your analogy?
no,
bro?
because the thing is, it wasn't pointed out. It didn't relate to your
It
character.
doesn't matter if
It's
we're
pointed
pointing it
out
out
after the
now.
It has
He
no.
can win the
look,
point.
It's pointed out after the debate.
It would still be a presupposition,
matters.
and you
After
already
the-
asked us the
No.
question.
Let me tell you
Kintai,
why
you
this
already-
actually matters. I can't assume
my
for
God,
you
bro.
guys. I cannot assume for you guys.
That's what I
As a
just
judge,
said.
You
I
don't have
cannot
to
make
assume.
arguments for you guys, right? So if he presupposes something and that presupposition never goes through, I have to assume that you're arguing under the presupposition unless you get rid of it. I'm only a judge. I watch. I cannot assume
That's
for you guys.
fine, Kentai.
Right,
It can be
that's-
true that he
Kentai,
won
that's
this
literally-
point, but if it still doesn't apply to his character, then he can continue scaling because
Yeah,
this doesn't
Kintai,
matter.
that's literally what we're saying. Like it would still be a
I like that.
presupposition,
I like
and
that.
it wouldn't
I
matter.
like that. I like that. I
Thank
like
you.
that.
Thank you. So we
Deadboy,
can continue.
Deadboy,
Thank
Deadboy,
fucking
Deadboy.
Christ.
Deadboy, right? So this is the most. I'm not gonna lie. They really did just give the most fair conclusion. You can win this point. So if it comes down to timer, you got a point on your hands. But they can still elaborate fiction. How about that?
Why can't I elaborate fiction? You know, like the definition of no.
Yeah, they can elaborate what fiction really means.
Hold on. The same way where Wazz and just like that nigga Sever try to convince you how to explain why that's not the case, right?
What?
So,
Niggas
yeah, what?
wildin'.
That's not fair. That's not fair.
Hold on, Deadboy. The reason I think this is fair is because A, it's better than arguing over this, and B, you still have a point.
No, it's not. It's not better than arguing. As a judge, you can just put your foot down and just say continue to debate or you lose. They are just being whining and keep.
We're not whining.
Like just they're like literally like give like.
Okay, but the fair thing is, Deadboy, like the
why is it fair? Like you're not telling me why it's fair.
I'll tell you why it's fair, right? Because it was a presupposition, and I know they didn't get rid of this presupposition, but you're not going down in vain. You still have
that doesn't matter. I don't care if I'm going down in vain or not. That doesn't matter. Like I'm not gonna outright stop using debate logic just because people don't know how to debate.
Deadboy,
right?
Just because we engage
stop
with
cutting me off. Stop cutting me off.
You stop talking.
Hold on, shut up. The same way y'all just bitch to this nigga, so like let me bitch to him too. All right.
Wow, Kenta, he just called you a bitch.
Who got bitch?
So, he calling you a bitch, Kenta?
I said bitch.
What the fuck?
Bitch to this nigga. Y'all bitch to him. Y'all bitched up to him. The fuck y'all bitching to him? The fuck? The same way I was bitching to him, I'm a bitch to him too. I'll be a bigger bitch, right? So Kenta, I don't know why we throw away actual debating logic just because someone said something, right? Kenta, do you agree if something is established within a debate, then that's what we're gonna follow under? You can't go back on it.
Yeah, no backtracking.
Okay. What was established in the debate, right, was that my argument was about the whole canonicity thing, right? The canon thing, shit being canon. That's what's been established. So that my claim and that shit is being established right there. These niggas don't say no, that's not true. They argue about what's been established. I'm not sure what debating world y'all been in or what debating community y'all been in. There's no way you can go back on an established point and say that it doesn't matter to my character anymore.
We're not going back.
Hold on. You can say that now, but that's not what you were saying back then. So I'm saying it still applies because they never explained earlier until Kentai. You realize you were the person that pointed out why it doesn't matter to the character. I put this on God. They would have never said this shit if you never said it. That's what I'm trying to get at.
That's not true. It's in mine and Crisis DMs. I can show that we sent this forever ago.
Kentai, that was literally what I'm trying to get at, bro. If this is really the case.
Okay. I see what you mean. Okay.
Yeah, like, come on, bro. That's just bullshit. That's what, bro, Kentai, that's not, Kentai, I'm saying is, you brought this idea up. Okay, let's check the recording, right? If there was a recording at that time. If you brought this idea up first, right? That's not fair. They just used what you just said to them. That's not cool at all. I'm not going for that shit either. Because that idea,
what?
If that was
I
really
was the
true,
one that brought
that'd
up.
have been the first.
Hold on, that's not true. I was the one that brought up that it wasn't like that you presupposed.
That they used. Hold on. That would have been the first thing they use in the conclusion, and that'd be the first. They wouldn't even like.
That's
come on now. They wouldn't even engage in an argument with me if I'm not attacking their character, right?
Okay.
Actually,
Well,
what? That doesn't make sense.
Kentai was the first
arguing about anything.
Hold on. Kentai was the first one to bring it up because he was the one explaining why it was irrelevant. What we've been arguing about.
All
you know
right,
that.
well,
I literally argued that you were presupposing that.
Right,
I literally stopped everybody and I said they were arguing about the copyright, but not the canonicity.
All right. So Kentai, go off your memory, bro.
All right.
Wait, whatever came out somebody's mouth.
I'm gonna do it like this.
Did you not bring up this shit first?
All right. You know what? I'm gonna do the judge's final decision. This is gonna be the final decision, and because y'all got time, y'all got to debate. I got to figure this out. So I'm gonna do like this, right? Deadboy brought up a point and established a point or established a sort of pseudo definition to what your fiction was. He said that he included canonicity, right? Although this was presupposed, it was never attacked. That's the issue.
Thank you.
As a debater, as a judge, I cannot assume that you guys will just automatically go rid it. If it's something is said and contested, it stands. Just as if you guys said something, if it's uncontested, it stands. Just as if you guys.
It can stand. That just doesn't mean it's incorrect.
I need to ask Kentai a question.
Hold on. So let me finish real quick. Hold on. Right? Continuing after, he brought up copyright as a substantiation. Wazz was the first refutation, or the first person to speak against this refutation, and automatically attacked the substantiation rather than the main point. Now, you guys continued on, right? And on and on and on via the substantiation, because if you defeated the substantiation, you defeated the main point. I don't know if you guys visualize the copyright and correlate. I don't know if you guys visualize the debate as
Yeah.
copyright into correlation of crossverse, but that's not what
Kentai,
it
that's all
was.
fine. I'm not going to argue with you about that. I just need to ask you something unrelated. If we
Okay,
continue on to scaling my character, since technically the time limit is up, and
it's not up.
we both won the same amount
He
of
paused
points.
the
It's been
time
an
limit.
hour and 30.
No,
No,
it is not
He
up.
paused the time
you
limit,
said they tried to
was.
do
I paused
bullshit,
the
right?
time limit.
You said they tried to do bullshit. He been said he paused the shit.
Nah, I put and
Oh,
I
I
have
didn't know
He paused it, was.
I didn't hear.
Yeah.
because the thing is, right? Because the thing is, right? I don't know if Zenny, I'm not gonna lie, I did pause the timer because this was gonna be really long. And I don't think judgments should be included in the actual debate timers because people have a right to ask questions about their judgments and people have a right to contend
Yeah,
judgments.
Kentai.
So
So
that's why I'm not including that. So you guys stop.
since we don't believe what we just argued about was relevant to his character, but you guys are trying to say it is, what if we said that was fine and we just moved on to scaling my character and you gave us 30 more minutes like you said? Because we basically wasted our time if
No,
that's
you
the
have
case.
45.
We
No,
basically wasted our time if that's the case.
no. Okay, that's whose fault is that? Boo.
Yours. You
It's
presupposed. What?
yours and
Deadboy?
Kentai's fault, honestly, but
No, it's not.
No,
He
I'm
paused the
bro.
timer for what the fuck is you talking about?
that doesn't change that we debated
No,
about that.
Kensai, don't give him 30 more minutes. He has 3 minutes to scale his character.
I think that's the most fair thing to do.
Yeah, okay, you can think that,
Deadboy?
but that's not the case.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm gonna give them 15 minutes more.
For what?
That's
Like, just tell me for what?
To scale Wazz's character.
Just
It
okay
is
for
more
what? Why though? Like, why? Why 15 more minutes?
Okay, because I'll do it like this, right? I did come to your final judgment, and I did debate and I did do in your favor. But all in all, even if it did stand, even if they didn't contend it and it stand, and it was and technically it wasn't presupposed. It was said. It was just presupposed about the definition. It was said though. Like you did say canonical. You did say the words, right? To continue on, it did apply to his character, but they are not wrong in the fact that they were arguing the bit like copyrights in correlation to what's that nigga's name crossverse debating rather than your main point. So I'm not going to give them the full 30 because I know you have time, but Waz barely spoke, and this is for the sake of his scaling, so I'll give him 15 more minutes to scale, and you still leave with your points. So I personally think it's fair because at the count when it comes to the countdown, it's only 15 more minutes, and when it comes to the countdown, you still have your point. You didn't lose anything.
Okay.
So that's the final. So yeah, Waz, I'm gonna hack your terms and agree. But remember, I hope you guys remember, this is still initial because I gotta go back in the recording because of what Crisis said. So it's initial judgment. Deadboy 1, we're on to Waz scaling. All right, young boys may continue.
Hold on a second.
So I'm adding 15 minutes. So you guys were at 45.
Can we tell you when to unpause the timer?
Yeah.
Finding scans or like making arguments, if y'all doing that, then you can unpause it now. But what are we just sitting here and quiet for? For what?
All right, take a breath, bro. It's okay.
No, you can pause it, bro. No, I'm not already no. You can unpause it, bro.
This nigga stressed so
No,
hard.
wait, Deadboy's right. Like that's just kind of a little bit unfair. So I'm only.
No, we're starting right now. It's all good.
Okay, I was gonna give you guys only 2 minutes anyway. All right, timer on pause. You guys may continue.
All right,
hold on a second.
My abilities are my abilities still stand. I guess it's up to you.
You already scaled your character. I can outscale your character fine though.
Yeah.
All right. So this is who I'm using in the tournament, right? This is God, okay? Who I entered the tournament with. It's sending. It'll take a minute.
Are you sending it in scans or general?
In scans. It's just a very high-res picture of a very beautiful man. Keep in mind, you can send scans as well, Crisis. That doesn't really matter. My
Oh, yeah,
internet's
of
a bit
course.
slow.
That's fine. I'll let yours come up first though.
All right. So here he is. Does anyone have anything to say at this moment in time?
Bro, like, I fucking hate debating trolls, bro.
It's not a troll. It's not a. I don't know why
It's
you're
not a
calling
troll.
it a troll.
We're
I'm not,
totally
like,
going
no,
within
like,
the
real,
rules.
like,
This is legitimately who I entered the tournament with, and he's slamming everyone. I don't know why you're saying it's a troll.
okay.
It's within the rules of the tournament.
And if you want, I can easily prove this was our intention before we even signed
Yeah, I
up.
know
If that's what you're claiming.
I like to use not skill, but it's whatever. All right, who's this?
So,
Who's this ugly nigga?
Crisis, do you want to go ahead first, or because I have to piss real quick?
Hi, my name is Tyon. I'm the character that Wazz is using.
Your name is what?
Name is Ty.
All right, it's not the same character. I don't care.
No, it literally like he's
No, it's
using
not.
me.
It's not. Hold on. It's not the same.
It doesn't matter how you
hold
feel.
on. Don't cut me
It
off.
literally doesn't matter how you
don't
feel.
cut me off.
No, it just doesn't matter.
Yeah,
what
don't
you
cut
feel.
me off.
Yo, chill.
You don't
Okay.
cut me off.
That boy-
Hold on now. 'Cause I know I hate when niggas try to say this. It's in the like. You heard his character just say his name was like Tyon. Y'all enter the shit with God himself, and then like on
Oh
the
no,
tournament
yeah,
brackets it
I
just
can
says
explain
God.
that.
So I
Yeah,
don't
no, I
care.
can
Like
explain that.
Tyon's not the character y'all using. So
So
you
hey,
use God.
Hey Kentai.
Yeah, I'm
So
listening.
are you aware of the fact that that God is not in a like has a capital G? Like we didn't when we went and put it in terminal characters, we didn't put it as a capital G. The reason for that is
Okay.
because the only reason he's calling me God is because Wazz unironically worships me. Like that's like literally like how he sees me.
Wait.
All right, I'm back.
Hold
What's up now?
on, that's fine.
So
If your name is
Wazz, you agree to the
Tyon,
fact?
if your name is
Stop talking
Tyon,
over
that's
me.
not
Real
still
quick,
God, right?
Kentai, moderate.
Let him catch me up. Let him catch
Kentai,
me up.
moderate.
Yo,
Not God.
yeah, that boy just chill out real quick.
Moderate.
Continue.
As I was saying,
Continue.
Wazz, you
Just
agree
catch
to the
me
fact
up real
that
quick.
the reason you call me God and not by my first name is because you worship me unironically. Is that correct?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so
I can explain why this fits the
that's fine.
definition
So
of God if that's what you
so
want.
God's not a real character. Thank you.
What?
What do you
Oh,
mean?
now we getting
This
into
is
it.
dumb.
Yeah, hold on.
Kentai, I think
He's
he's
not a real
dumb.
character. You literally are identified as Tyon, right? I don't know why.
No, not in Wazz's
You
eyes.
don't think? Wait, something can't have multiple names.
Hold on. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why in this tournament. I think this tournament works where you enter your character. So the character you'd be using is God, but your name is Tyon, so that's not the same thing.
It's not capital G. See, that's
It
literally
isn't.
where you're
Okay,
wrong.
that's fine. You're not. I don't think I understand. It's not capital G. That's not defeat what the fuck what I had to say. Your name is
Yes, it
Tyon,
does.
but he entered the character shit with God. Your obviously name is not
Wait,
God. You just said
Deadboy.
it's not God.
I have a serious question. If I enter a tournament with Goku, and then you refer to him as Kakarot, and you're like, well, you didn't enter with Kakarot. Do you think that's a valid
Fucking
argument?
retard.
Yeah, are you actually dumb, bro?
That could be a valid argument.
No, it can't be a
Why
valid
not?
argument. They're the same
This
character
motherfucker is
still.
literally
They're
like
still both
brain
the same
dead.
character.
Deadboy is brain
hold on.
dead.
I think Goku changed his name to fucking what? I think Kakarot changed his name
No,
to Goku when he was
you
a
can
little
have
kid.
multiple names at a time. People can refer to you as
Why can you do that?
things.
I think literally Goku changed his name.
Why
Okay,
can't you
Deadboy's
have more than one
retarded, bro.
name? Deadboy is dumb, bro.
Goku's name
Man is desperate.
Hold on. His name is officially Goku. His name.
We
His
can go to
old name was
conclusions
Kakarot.
on this.
If you're referring
We
to
can go to
Kakarot,
conclusions
you
on this
refer
point.
to like the baby version of Goku. That's
Kentai, we can go to conclusions on this
Kakarot
point.
and Goku is two different things.
No,
You okay?
Kentai, we can go to
Kakarot is his
conclusions on this
I'm
point.
Kakarot
ready
is
to go
his
to
Saiyan name.
conclusions. You guys
Goku
are.
is his Earth name. That's
Hold
fine.
on,
We can go to
Wazz,
conclusions.
we're going to conclusions.
Yeah, that's fine.
We're going to conclusions. That's fine. We can just conclude this point. Arguing this point is useless. It's either that's my name or it's not my name. It's that you can give your argument to the judge. That's fine. Okay, we're going to conclusions. You can go first, Deadboy.
No, bitch, I went first last time. You can go ahead now.
Okay, Wazz, go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Something can have more than one name. I gave the analogy of Goku and Kakarot, and then he tried to say they're different people. Like, this man is literally lying. He's so desperate. Like, that's all there is to it. Someone can have more than one name. If I call him God, that's fine. It doesn't matter. I entered with God, and I call him God. So everything is fine.
Okay. In conclusion, I don't think it's the same character, as I literally elaborate with the Goku thing. I said Kakarot and Goku are obviously two different characters. I said Kakarot was the baby version of Goku before he hit his head, and then his official name got changed to Goku. So those are two different people. You can't, like, literally, you can't compare
Vegeta still
Kakarot
calls
to Goku.
Goku
They're
Kakarot, by
two
the way.
different people
No,
at
he
all.
just has two different names, but
They're
that's
two
cool.
different people. Yeah, I said they're two different people. Others said they're two different people. It's up to Kentai too.
Yeah,
I know what I heard.
it's up to Kentai.
Well,
I
hold on.
specified that they're not two different
So if
people.
you
So
hold on now. Hold on now. So you can call someone something, but it doesn't actually mean that's what their name is, right? That's retarded. I think easily
You're
that's not
giving
fair.
more. Like we need to stop
Oh my
pretending.
God.
stop,
We
bro.
need to
Hold on,
stop
Alright.
pretending.
now.
We're
He said that his name was Tyon, right?
Alright,
Then he
bro.
said that his name was
So,
God, right? You can
I'm
say that someone can have multiple names, but obviously with the Goku example, I don't think they prove that easily.
We can stop
Goku and
pretending. Like
Kakarot are two
Kentai,
different names.
it's
bro.
we gave our
Actually,
conclusions
Kakarot
already.
wouldn't even be. Hold on.
Yo, we gave our conclusions already. Damn.
Changed. I literally
I'm
said
sorry.
that his name is changed, so it's
Kentai,
not
you need to
Kakarot.
mute him.
Bro.
You need to start enforcing your mute
Yo,
perms.
yo. I'm sorry, bro. I hate giving troll arguments, bro. I'm sorry. Look, because Deadboy, you left one thing uncontested.
What?
They didn't just say he's Taiwan and God. They also gave the basis as to why he would have two different names. The reason the Kakarot analogy doesn't matter is because you're asserting they're two different people.
Oh.
Well, it's not, and it doesn't. And it's not untrue that someone can have different names, but the real point stands is when he said that God, like the reason Wazz identifies Taiwan as God is because he
It's
unironically
Tyon. It's with a double. It's with a
Hold on.
Y.
You know, like he gave the Goku analogy, right? I just used that.
No, I was genuinely curious if
Hold
you
on,
think something can't have multiple names.
Shut up, Kentai. You know,
What? Kill yourself, bro.
Hold on, bitch, you can kill yourself too. Though. I don't know who the fuck these weird ass troll ass debate niggas think
We're
they
not
talking to you,
trolling.
but bitch, watch your mouth. I'm talking to Kentai.
Fine,
Kentai,
trolling.
yeah,
Deadboy.
the fuck what? Shut up. You speak when I tell you to
Deadboy
fucking speak, as
retarded.
I'm speaking right
Okay,
now.
I can speak whenever I want,
okay,
bro.
the fuck. Okay, shut up, Kentai. He literally gave the Goku fucking example. You know that, right?
That's fine. I already explained why I
bitch.
did that.
Why's your name Kentai? What niggas is think like niggas be dick sucking for a
Yeah,
fucking
only
win so
Deadboy's
bad.
allowed to talk to
Yo,
Shut up. I'm
Kentai.
not talking to you.
He's so
Deadboy dick
desperate.
rider.
I'm not.
Deadboy dick rider.
Bitch, y'all are literally
Deadboy
desperate.
is so desperate, he knows he loses God slams so hard. He knows God slams his character so hard.
Suck. Bitch, I was beating y'all 1-on-2
Mac is
earlier on
God
rhetoric.
is
Y'all might be the
winning, bro.
top 3
Mac is
most
God
worst
is
debaters I
winning.
ever met in this fucking app, and this is fucking utterly ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous.
God pick
This
up.
is utterly
You're just
ridiculous.
mad,
This
bro.
is not a showcase of any
Mad
skill
as
at all.
hell.
That niggas are
Hey,
whack.
man.
That
Look at
niggas
him.
are whack.
Mad
Bitch,
as
I ain't mad at
hell.
all. I ain't mad at
He,
all.
yeah,
Bitch,
bro.
I ain't mad
We
at
can hear
all.
the.
Kentai,
Y'all
go
niggas,
ahead.
y'all niggas
Kentai,
lost. Y'all
mute if you
niggas
need
lost
to.
to a
Kentai, go ahead.
Y'all niggas lost to a non-fiction and fucking
Yeah, he's
fiction fucking
rambling.
argument. Like y'all
He's
niggas are
rambling, bro.
This
Y'all
is
niggas are
wasting our
dumb as
time,
fuck.
bro.
Yeah, this isn't even
I'm wasting your
conclusions
time.
anymore. He's just rambling.
Leave
You can
then.
mute
Leave
him.
then. Leave.
You can mute him. Like he's just rambling.
My
Leave
bad.
then.
Conclusions
My
have been
bad.
given.
So,
Leave then.
my mom called me. So, yeah, like I was saying, so it's not untrue to the fact that someone can have two different names. And while your argument really correlates to the fact, well, that only instance occurred because they're two different people, there's a separate scenario as to why Wazz calls him this, and
But
because you didn't really contend the fact that people can have two different names per se. You really contended the fact that, well, you kind of just try to disable his analogy as to why people can have two different names. You didn't really disagree with the conclusion. You disagreed with the substantiation, which you tried to take down.
wait, his evidence to prove what he said, and I disproved his evidence.
No, you didn't disprove that.
Evidence was the Goku. His evidence was the Goku analogy. Then I gave.
Of course, you could retell me, but I don't recall you like disproving like Wazz worshiping him. If I remember.
Allow me to explain.
You
disproved that Goku analogy.
He's like,
or even if you give her
okay. All I'm saying is his
okay, hold on. I'll wait till
the
he's
Goku
done.
analogy. If the Goku analogy is wrong, he has no furthermore substantiation because he didn't
That's
give
not
anything after
true.
that.
Hold
That's
on.
what I'm trying to get at.
That was our analogy. That was his analogy. His actual evidence was the fact that he worships me, unironically. That's like why he calls me God. That was his evidence, and you didn't refute it.
Yeah,
I was about to say that.
I can explain again, Kentai. I already told him this earlier. I gave the analogy because I genuinely wanted to know his view on names personally. I told him that in the debate as well. It doesn't actually correlate to my argument the way he's saying it does.
Well, I mean, I just don't remember you like debunking the reason as to Wazz, because I mean, you did kind of disarm that analogy. That's why I was confused on why they wanted to go to conclusions. But yeah, he does have the separate reasoning of his viewpoint and his subjective interpretation of what he considers God. And I mean, if Zenny also allowing it, because I don't see Zenny really complaining, I don't think there should be much issue.
Oh, Zenny knew. We told Zenny that we were doing this prior.
This doesn't break any rules or anything.
If it's within the rules and the reasoning wasn't contested of Wazz's viewpoint of what he considers God, then I'm sorry, the point has to go to them. So you guys may proceed.
Let's continue.
All right, go ahead.
You or me?
Oh yeah, you obviously.
I can't send scans though. My internet's slow, and I think we need a few more scans.
Oh, that's true. That's true. All right, where do I start? I'm real. Like I'm in our plane of existence. That makes me IRL. Let's see what else. I can do a lot of push-ups. I can squat pretty well. I like to read. I argue with retards on Discord a lot. I get bitches. Not a lot though. I really only have one because I love her. What else? My parents aren't divorced. That puts me above a lot of y'all. What else?
Big W.
I don't know. That's really it.
Yeah,
I'm just like inherently above.
I got shotgun. All that shit doesn't matter. You go point by point, so you can restate yourself.
We can go point by point. I can do push-ups.
You can do push-ups. All right.
Yeah. All right. I can do squats.
I'm omniscient. My words axiomatic and like.
What? That's not his character.
I'm omniscient.
That's irrelevant. Kentai, we can go to conclusions on that.
You conceded to me. You conceded to me. So you lost the debate.
Kentai, we can go to conclusions.
Oh no.
Kentai, we can literally just like go to conclusions, bro. Because like he said that he was omniscient, and he didn't give any proof to that.
All right. We can go to conclusions.
And it would be irrelevant. And it would be irrelevant to his character.
Let's go to conclusions.
And it would be irrelevant to his character.
Can we go to conclusions?
Alright, so I'll start. He said that he was omniscient, and he didn't give any proof to that. I said he wasn't omniscient.
Oh my god.
And I refuted it. So he didn't. I attacked his argument. I attacked his point, and he didn't refute it. So I think I won because I attacked his stance, and there was no refutation to the attack.
I was trying to stop you guys from going to conclusions. He did give evidence.
Thank you, you fucking dumb bitch. Get my dub. Get my dub. Thank you.
He didn't give evidence.
What evidence?
It was. You guys didn't attack the fact that it was axiomatic.
Yeah, dumb bitch. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out the server.
Say that again?
I was trying to stop you guys from going.
Kentai, what did you say?
Dumb bitch. I could do this troll shit.
Kentai, what did you say?
Could you mute him, bro? Could you mute him? This is crazy.
Yeah, because you want to troll me.
Deadboy, shut the fuck up, bro.
Kentai, bro, start moderating. Kentai, stop moderating, bro. Start moderating, seriously. As I said, Kentai,
take my dub in peace.
Kentai, as I was saying, I said, I attacked his stance, right? And on top of that, I said it was irrelevant to his character.
No, and then he said, I'm omniscient, it's axiomatic. So, and then the reason it would be relevant is because, well, if he's omniscient, it's axiomatic, and then you guys never attacked the fact that it was axiomatic. Anything he says goes, and that's what he said.
I said that's irrelevant to his character.
He was axiomatic. What do you mean?
No, I swear to God, he didn't. All he said was conclusions after that.
Do you want to go back to the recording?
Did I say?
Yeah,
Kentai, did I not say? Hold on, Kentai, I'm about to unlock your memory because apparently you're a prostate. Did I not say that what he said was irrelevant to his character? Now, notice the words I said. What he said was irrelevant to his character. He did not refute that. He did not refute that attack. Therefore, even if he gave evidence, I said what he said was irrelevant to his character, and he didn't attack that.
You're not listening. He didn't say his character was omniscient or axiomatic. It doesn't.
No, you're not listening, Kentai. He said no. Notice what you're saying, Kentai. He said that it was axiomatic. I stated what he said was irrelevant to his character. Because it's irrelevant to his character, and it's because it was what he said, I attacked what he said by saying what he said was irrelevant. He did not refute that.
Okay, now here's where you're not listening, Crisis. He didn't say his character was axiomatic, so you're attacking it to the wrong application. He said he was omniscient, and it's axiomatic that he's omniscient. He was scaling himself. That's why I wanted you guys to
You're
stop.
missing the point. He responded.
You're missing
to
the
that.
point. I've responded to that by saying that even if no, Kintai, I'm saying, Kintai, what I'm saying, right, is even though he said, right? He said, I'm omniscient, it's axiomatic. What I said was what he said does not, it's irrelevant to his character.
That's
not
fine.
Okay, listen to what I just said. What he said was irrelevant to his character.
That's fine.
Now, what do you think I meant by that? I'll ask you first. What do you think I meant by that?
It's the character he's scaling.
Wrong.
So,
you can't say you can't refer to his character.
No, okay. When you say scaling, Kintai, when you're saying scaling, hold on, because I may be wrong in what I just said. When you say what he's scaling, are you talking about the instance in which he's scaling himself, or the instance in which he's scaling his debate character?
His debate, you can't do that.
Wait,
I'm talking about his character in himself. Yeah, I'm talking about the character that he's currently scaling, and he currently was scaling himself.
Yeah, you cannot do that.
Why can't I? Why not?
Because the thing is, what's defined as his character, he only defines what defines as his character. Just because he's scaling himself, that doesn't mean it automatically refers to himself under his character unless he says so.
Kintai, you're missing the point, Kintai. The word character refers to him.
Yeah, I'm defining character right now as his own being. I'm not defining character as the character he's debating.
Oh yeah, let me unmute Deadboy. That's the issue. Okay, relax. That's just you cannot do that. You cannot apply labels. You cannot apply labels in reference to your character's opponent. You cannot scale his character.
He's not scaling his character.
Kintai, look at general. Look at scans. Look at scans.
I said you cannot apply labels. Hold up. Like I was saying, you cannot apply labels to his character as he cannot scale yours.
Kintai, read scans, bro. Just read scans. You'll see what I mean if you read scans, dude.
All right, let me read scans. Let me unmute.
Hold on. Can I defend myself now? Shit. Bro, that doesn't matter if I'm not applying it to my character. That's a retarded refutation. When someone
even Deadboy doesn't understand.
It's talking about you. It's in reference to your character, Deadboy. You.
Hold on.
You as a character, Deadboy.
Your character as a person.
Hold on. That's not. Hold on. I don't think that's the case, right? Because you should have clarified that. Because earlier in the debate,
I did.
Hold on. Stop. Don't cut me off. Earlier in the debate, you referenced my character as Chris Ray Spades. We can sit through the recording so you say your character, and you're talking about Chris Ray Spades. So based off what you previously said, we're gonna automatically assume we're talking about Chris Ray.
Wait, so no, that's a presupposition. That's a red herring. Hold on, you can't do that. You can't say that.
Okay, hold on.
You can't say that.
We're presupposing that based off what's already been said.
No,
right?
So
okay, Kintai, are you just gonna let a debate run purely on presuppositions at this point?
What's been said earlier, right, was that you literally referred to my character as Chris Ray Spades earlier to me as a character. He said your character. That's what you told me earlier on in the debate, right? So when you say that again, no one's gonna think, right? He can't debate on how you think. He can only debate on how you say. So based off Gentai's interpretation,
so you can't presuppose
based off
this.
Gentai's interpretation, because no Grace's razor was called, none of that was called. So this literally has to be off Gentai's interpretation.
What? This man's insane.
Kintai, am I telling
Holy
you the truth?
shit.
Kintai, am I telling you the truth? This doesn't have to be based on interpretation.
Because the thing
Kintai, am I not allowed to? Hold on, because you literally said earlier. Okay, go ahead, Kintai. Go ahead and speak. Go ahead, Kintai.
Because look, Crisis, I know you try to shift it, right? But the thing is, you doing that, you're also presupposing something, right? You're also presupposing just because he's scaling himself makes him automatically a character.
No, Kintai, you don't understand the definition of character when we literally sent it to you.
Hold on, but you never applied that in the debate.
We use the word and nothing we say.
Kintai, let me speak.
Okay, so it has to be
I've been trying to speak for the last 10 minutes. Hold on, bro. Y'all still cutting me off. Let me speak. I've been trying to speak forever. as I was saying, this entirety, like the entirety of what you guys are saying, has to deal with like how I meant it originally, right? And earlier, Kintai, you were the one that argued for this. You were the one that argued we can't go off of like simply what they said hyper literally, or we can't presuppose it. We have the right. You literally said we have the right to clarify what we meant, and we have the right to argue the judgment.
Oh my God.
You cannot jump
In a
back and say,
debate.
no, since you said this one time and meant it differently the other time, that's like saying if I say whole, right? No, stop. That's like saying if I said the word whole, Deadboy, stop rambling. Jesus Christ, you're talking
I'm letting him finish.
as I'm saying, Kinsai, if I say whole, right? If I say the word whole in another fucking, like earlier on in the debate, like when I said like a hole in the moon or some shit, that's H-O-L-E, or like, yeah, H-O-L-E. If I say whole again, like the whole world, that's a different word. You can't interpret it based on what I've said previously. You have to give context within what I was saying at the time. And I gave you my context exactly. Never once did I argue that when I said his character, I was talking about Chris Ryan, right? I could have easily just said Chris Ryan. When I said his character, it's because I don't know his names, right? So I'm not going to say it doesn't apply to insert Deadboy's real life name. I'm saying his character because I don't fucking know him as an individual, so I have to refer to him as his character.
Okay. Kintai, can you refute that or no?
Wait, real quick to add on to that. Real quick to add on to that. Nothing either of them said in the debate would imply that they're using the word the way Deadboy says they are. The only evidence in the debate to like imply what he meant when he said that was what Crisis is saying. Deadboy never said, well, you mean character this way, and nothing he said implied that.
Okay, that's fine. Obviously, y'all not get what I'm saying. This is all based off Kentai's interpretation. He cannot read our minds. So based off Kentai's interpretation, hold on.
He's
based
telling him
hold on. Stop. Based off Kentai's interpretation, he's only going to interpret what's happened within the debate. So what we're saying now is not going to matter. It's only based off what's happened in the debate, right? Based off context, he's heard you call Chris Rayon Spades my character. You called it my character in the debate. Obviously, if you say it again, he's going to interpret it as you saying that, right?
The judge has every right to ask us what we mean.
If this was elaborated on in the debate, then I'd give it to you. But it's elaborated on after the conclusion. So this has, and look, because Grace's Razor was not called at all, this has to be based off Kentai's
Okay, but the judge can ask us what we mean by stuff. So we're allowed to explain to the judge what we meant.
How do you interpret this, bro?
Okay. I've heard both your sides, right? Mm-hmm. Now, here's what's kind of the issue, right? And that you guys aren't really answering of mine. Everything I just said doesn't matter. Here's what I'm most concerned about, right? You are reaching over Deadboy's side and telling him what he applies as his character. I know you're trying to identify, but you're trying to label him under another identity of what he's called because you don't know his name. When obviously you could use an alias, but I'm not going to say what goes on in your mind, right? You're stepping over and applying this definition or identification under him with no further context besides the definition of character. Now, the issue is, I'd actually be listening now if you guys will be like, well, Grisis. But you guys didn't call it Grisis. You guys are just trying to give me further clarification.
Thank you.
Okay, here's Kintai, here's the issue with that, right? This goes back to earlier in the debate when we had the whole God situation.
Can I speak uninterrupted for like 15 seconds?
Go ahead.
Kintai, I don't believe you know what we mean when we say character. When we say character, we're referring to like if you do something questionable and I say you have a questionable character. Like as in like your moral character. We're not trying to apply any labels to his fictional character he entered the tournament with.
No,
Crisis is questioning his character as a person.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying.
There's nothing wrong with what we did then.
I didn't say you said his character. I said you're giving him under this new identification. Deadboy.
No, we're not. That's not an identification.
That's not
calling him a character. It's not an identification.
Deadboy has an alias. Right?
Hold on, Kintai, hold on, stop. Wazz. Listen, Kintai. Here's the thing. You're saying that we're speaking, when we say character, we're referring to Deadboy. Like I said, right? I said, I don't know Deadboy's name in real life, so I can't speak on like him like that. when I say character, I'm not talking about Deadboy the person. I'm saying character. I'm saying the attributes of Deadboy. That is what character means. It does not mean the individual. It means the qualities of an individual. That is what we're saying. That's why I said read the scans, because we're not saying Deadboy. We're saying the attributes of Deadboy.
Kentai. So when I said earlier, I said I'm going to be a bigger bitch because they want to like debate me like there's some bitches. Kentai, when someone started the recording, you say the recording. As soon as I made that axiomatic argument, the first thing he says is, "Let's go to conclusions."
That's what I heard. I swear to God, that's what I heard. I swear to God, that's
you didn't agree to it. Hold on, you didn't agree to it until after I said.
Wait.
I'm saving the VC.
Even if that's the case, he didn't agree to it until after Crisis already said that's irrelevant to your character.
We got the recording. Thank you, Deadboy. We're going to recordings. Thank you, Deadboy. We're going to recordings. I'm opening that bitch right now. I'm gonna stream that shit. Hold on, give me a second. I gotta open it and then I'll stream it. I love going to recordings. This shit is fun.
Okay. Don't try to listen to it first and try to edit out a part 2. Matter of fact, Kentai, can you stream it, bro?
Nah, bro. Look, you're all there. You can stream it.
Apply that in the debate.
We use the word and nothing we say.
Go back.
Your name is
yes, it does.
But he entered the character shit with God.
Your opposite correlates to the fact, well, that only instance occurred because they're two different people. There's a thing.
This is judgment. You gotta go back.
I'm omniscient. My words axiomatic.
That's not his character.
Oh.
Wait a minute.
That's irrelevant. Kentai, we can go to conclusions on that.
Wait a minute.
Wait.
He said that's irrelevant.
Stop. No, hold on.
Stop. Not his character. What?
Stop.
He's talking about Chris Rayon. Thank you. You just got caught up in a lie. That's fine.
Stop.
He literally says,
what? Once again, you're presupposing my definition of character again. Holy shit. Holy shit, he's presupposing again?
Wrong.
Wait,
no, you're publicly presupposing
Deadboy. Kentai, mute Deadboy.
I know.
He's presupposing again. Like, this is literally what I was saying was we're not talking about his, like, neither his fucking, like, debate character nor him himself. Now, continue, because we came to the recording to see when he agrees. So let's watch that, shall we?
So, you lost the debate.
Kentai, we can go to conclusions.
You already said it's not irrelevant.
We can literally
I mean,
just,
it's
like,
not
go to
relevant.
Conclusions, bro, because like he said that he was omniscient. He didn't give any proof to that.
All right. We can go to conclusions.
And it would be irrelevant. And it would be irrelevant to his character.
Let's go to conclusions.
And it would be irrelevant to his character.
No way. There's no way.
I'll start. He said that
you can stop it now.
Yeah, you can stop it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Crisis is right.
It wouldn't be relevant to his character. Wouldn't be relevant to his character.
So
it really is.
Real quick, before Deadboy speaks. Wait.
I was already talking.
Before Deadboy speaks. No, I was trying to talk before he continued the recording. I don't care.
I was already talking.
I'm literally gonna talk for 5 seconds.
Right.
And when Crisis initially said that has nothing to do with his character, he was referring to the qualities of Deadboy. Like,
okay,
that's literally
that's
fine.
Hold on.
It still all falls under the same thing.
All right. There's something that you can't prove, right? So grammatically, hold on, stop cutting me off. Grammatically, right? It would make sense if he says that's not you, that's not your character. That would be referring to me. His would be like an item of mine. So obviously the character I'm debating with would be something that's mine. That's his person he's debating with, right? You say his character. Obviously, what do you think Kentai is going to think you're talking about? Again, anything we're saying now, you're trying to say what you're talking about now does not matter. It's based off Kentai's perception.
It does matter.
Oh my God,
Kentai. Hold on. Let him speak. Okay, as I was saying, if you want, we can go back to the recording to see exactly how I said it. I believe how I said it was either that is not your character or that is not his character. Either way, I'm applying to an attribute of you. Like, that's not, like, correct to based on your
I just gave you the contrary to why I can just interpret it that way.
You can interpret it however you want. That's not how I
take it that way, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you can't even like.
We're not allowed to give it. We're allowed to elaborate.
This is called pathos rhetoric.
Can you explain why they cannot elaborate?
That is pathos rhetoric.
Can you explain that to them? Like, this hard.
Deadboy, do you know what? Hold on.
What do you mean?
Deadboy.
Okay. It doesn't matter. It
Deadboy,
has to
I'm
be
asking you a
clarified
serious
in
question.
the debate. Like it does. He
Deadboy,
can't
I have
read
a
y'all
serious
mind.
question to ask you,
He has
bro.
to literally come to his
I have
own
a serious
conclusion
question.
based off his own
I
conclusion.
have a
Okay,
serious
Oh my God,
question.
I'm talking
Deadboy,
to
I'm
the judge.
asking you.
Judge.
I was already talking to you. Deadboy,
Based
either
off
answer the
based
question.
off what happened in
Oh
the
my
debate,
God, bro.
bar none. What do you think
You're
they were
using
referring to?
pathos rhetoric. Kintai, don't respond to him because he's using
Kintai,
pathos
no,
rhetoric.
I'm not even trying to trap you.
Yes, you are. Do you know what pathos rhetoric means? Do you know what pathos rhetoric means? Serious question.
Kintai, I'm asking you a serious
Do
question.
you know what pathos rhetoric means?
Don't you agree that we have to go off of what happened in the debate?
Obviously.
So we have to follow the same logic we applied earlier.
That's a loaded, bro. You're loading the question.
Can you mute them like y'all muted me, bro? I'm trying to talk, but
Okay.
they keep trying to overtalk me. So can y'all please just mute them like y'all muted me, or I can't do that for me. All right, thank you. Be quiet. Just please be quiet. Kintai, we applied the same logic earlier, right? We literally said since it's something that's already been established in the debate, we can't override it. So whatever happens in the debate happens in the debate. Kintai, anything we're saying now, we can keep trying to clarify, but it wouldn't matter. It has to be based off what happens in a debate. So it's based off your own perception. In your perception, what do you think happened? I'm trying to get out. What do you think honestly happened?
All right. I'll say it like this.
Okay.
Well, just
hold
like
on, Kintai, real quick.
Please,
He's
literally trying to
Before
talk.
you answer, I'm so serious. What you're doing, what Deadboy's doing right now, is he's using something called pathos rhetoric, right? And it's essentially stating the pathos rhetoric is when you use an argument that's based off the emotions of an audience. Essentially, what you're doing right now, and I know you're doing it because I've seen so many other debaters do this. They start saying, "Well, to think like this, you would have to be stupid." Is that really how you fucking interpreted it? And he's asking that to the judge. He's literally doing that to the judge. You didn't say stupid, but you're implying it. You're implying that it's incorrect. That's
Heavily
pathos rhetoric.
implying it couldn't be taken any other way unless you're stupid.
Kintai, I'm gonna call you stupid. Hold on, Kintai. I'm gonna call you stupid, or I'm saying that you can only take off what happens in the debate.
Trust me. I've been debating long enough. I don't follow the rhetorical strategies.
Thank you. Like what?
There's this consistency. There's this consistency of how this was used, right? And there was a base default of how this was usually used. When you say character, usually refers to the person someone's using, especially noting this is a cross versus tourney, right? That's why when you said multiple times, I'm not understanding, and you try to provide further clarification, my initial thought was his character, as in the person who he was using Chris Ray on, because of A, the default setting we're in, B, the consistency of how the character was used, and C, usually what character would mean under a debate cross-verse context. Now, I wanted to bring something up. I did say earlier, of course, when the debaters have a right to clarify and further clarify what they meant by a certain thing, but the thing is, that's a little out of context. I mean, when something is shrouded and can be interpreted in many different ways. Now, of course, character can be interpreted in many different ways, but the issue is that there's a likelihood of how it was used. And because there was a likelihood, I think in the debate, it should have been differentiated in how you used it, especially under the context you're in. That's the issue.
Can I explain why I think contextually Crisis's version is more correct than Deadboy's?
Okay.
If Crisis is attacking Deadboy, calling himself axiomatic, and then Crisis says something along the lines of "that's not relevant to your character, that has nothing to do with your character," he's literally attacking the qualities of Deadboy. Why would he be talking about Chris Rayon in that instance when he's arguing against something Deadboy just said about himself? If you want to argue likelihood, then what Crisis is saying is way more likely than what Deadboy is saying.
You want to repeat that, Deadboy?
Yes, I do. He's just he's trying to use some type of weird bad rhetoric, right? The same way he can assume that is because I'm not applying this attribute to my character. That's exactly why he can the same way it can be used. I can use the same thing you just said and then use it in the same way I did, right? Yes, obviously he would think that this is the other way because he can use it in a way where you're not applying this to your character, so it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant to your character that you're using because you're not applying it to him, right? I would not think that my first thought wouldn't be referring about me because I'm calling myself axiomatic. It's irrelevant to this cross versus debate where we're trying to outscale each other, and that was the main point earlier, as you literally said, yeah, I can just outscale my character more than yours. That's exactly what you tried to do. So if that's the case, if we're using a consistent basis, right? When you're using character, right? We're using character. more likelihood. It's more of a likelihood that you're talking about the character I'm using because me calling myself axiomatic cannot be applied to the debater, to Chris Rayon. Literally. And it's something
Okay.
you said earlier. You literally
That's
said I can
fine,
outscale.
Deadboy. That's
You
fine.
said
You can
hold on. You said that you can
Wait,
outscale
give me 3
my
seconds. I'll
character.
be right back. Give me 3 seconds. Just 3 seconds.
sure.
Okay, there we go. I'm back.
All right, Hentai. So to
Yeah.
address what he just said, it would be way more likely, given the context, that Crisis was directly refuting what Deadboy had just said about himself. It would not be likely that Crisis would randomly bring up Chris Rayon when talking about the qualities of Deadboy, when Deadboy was just speaking in reference to himself. How can you debunk something Deadboy said about himself by bringing up Chris Rayon? That
Okay.
doesn't make any sense unless you believe Crisis is genuinely stupid and was not following what was happening at all, which we know isn't true. How can
Okay.
you say it's more likely he was using it in the way Deadboy's claiming?
And again, what I would just say is what's been established like 10 minutes
That
before that.
doesn't
So,
matter.
stop
It's
cutting me,
what's
y'all.
more
Like, shut the
likely
fuck. Please,
contextually, not
please
what's
shut the
more
fuck. Like,
likely in the
like,
context
come
of the
on, bro.
whole
I'm trying
debate.
to be respectful. I'm really trying to be respectful.
Wazz, let you finish.
That's fine.
Word,
He's
like
just
what? I
repeating
just sat
himself.
there and let you talk. Like, come on now. Like, and what's been said 10 minutes before that, he says, yes, I can outscale your character, so that doesn't matter. So the basis of the last use of character, right, had been used was referring to Chris Rayon. So that's his whole shtick right now. He's trying to prove why his character outscales mine. Right? That's
Hold
the
on,
whole
Wazz.
thing to prove. And if I bring up something like that, it would make perfect sense to say that has nothing to do with your character. His whole point was to outscale my character. It's even 10 minutes before he said it doesn't matter, my character can outscale yours. So it does, like, I think that's why that's obviously why I think he's referring to Chris Rayon. But it doesn't matter. Again, anything we say now has nothing to do with it. It has to go off what Kensai thinks happened within the debate. That's all I have to say.
Hold on, I have a quick question. Deadboy, did you just say that I said I could scale your character?
Outscale my character? Yeah, you're talking about Chris Rayon.
Yeah. Did I say that I could outscale Chris Rayon at any point?
You're referring to that. Yeah, I'm gonna show you why. I'm gonna show you why you'd be lying. Hold on.
I'm serious. Hold on, Deadboy.
Now I'm gonna show you why you'd be lying.
Deadboy talk.
No, Deadboy, I'm literally just.
Come on, bro.
Hold on. Let me talk.
Yeah, like I literally let you speak.
Hold on. Deadboy, let him talk.
Like I'm seriously asking the question. Deadboy, what the fuck, nigga? Hold on. I'm seriously asking the. Like, how can I lie if I'm asking a question? I literally asked, right? I said, did I ever say that I could outscale Chris Rayon? Like, I'm serious. I don't remember saying that.
Yes. Obviously, you're referencing.
No,
Chris
I'm not
Rayon.
asking you. I'm asking the judge who has the transcript, dude.
Yeah, hold on. You're referencing Chris Rayon because right before that, I said, yes, I've already scaled my character. He's like, I already scaled my character speed and AP and stuff. I already have my character scaled. He said, it's fine. I can outscale your character. Obviously, if you were referring to something different, you would have differentiated right then in that moment, but you did not.
That was Wazz, I think. I think Wazz said
Kentai, did I say I could outscale his character at any point? Can you check the transcripts for that? I don't remember that.
No, that was Wazz.
Did Wazz say that? Kentai, can you check?
It's in the recording, bro.
I'm gonna say you can look in the recording, but I don't have no transcription.
He can if he has the transcripts, he can like Control F and then just type in like outscale.
I have nothing in my transcripts.
Why don't you just check the recording?
It's not in transcripts. We'll have to go through the recording, but that's a very small statement in a very large recording.
Just check bro. It should be like literally right, but it's right before. It's literally like right after we get done with the whole like point where like Ailey was doing here and shit like that. It's not that
I know.
hard to find,
I just gotta find it.
But I just had
Can I ask Kentai before we go back through this? Where do you stand right now, Kentai?
I just had a recording up this now, bro. How come I can't find it?
Huh? That's because I put it down. I don't keep it on forever.
It's right here.
All right, you said where's there right now?
I'm looking through the recording at the moment.
Oh, but you just had it, bro.
If I know, but I X'd out of it. I just X'd out of it.
Yeah, Kenta, you said where you stand right now.
Please don't say anything because I have to like listen to this fucking nonsense, or I'll deafen myself for a little.
Nigga, just why can't he just stream it? See, you see the weird shit, right? See the weird shit, right,
For
Kenta?
sure, he said it like pretty sure the Wazz guy said it right after like Deadboy was arguing what's it called that like he finished scaling the character and then Wazz was like that's fine. I think well, I'll just outscale you some way. I think something like that is what
Thank you. Like I know I'm not tripping, but you said how you won't like stream this part though.
Because like I
What's that
just
shit?
came to the and that's the first thing I heard, so I think that's probably what he said.
Even if I said that, why does that change what crisis means when he says character in a different context? I'm
Okay,
confused.
because that's something he'd have to. I'm not sure if y'all like dumb. Kenta is saying that if you're doing that, you have to differentiate. Like there's literally unless you're
No, you
falling.
don't.
But
If
I'd be the first
wants to
person.
go by what was more likely contextually.
Okay, what is more likely contextually is I bring up Chris Rion first, then y'all say right after that y'all can outscale him. I refer to Chris Rion as my character. Right after that, y'all use my character so you can outscale him. Contextually, I only scaled that character. Like, come on, like you gotta stop being dumb. Like, contextually, I
You
only
literally scaled yourself, and Kintai already said that.
I scaled myself after the fact. I don't think he's referring to me at that time.
After what fact?
After I've already said it, I scaled Chris Rion. I already said I scaled myself like way after that fact. Like y'all just like
No, I'm saying if I made the statement that that my character God outscales your character Chris Rayon, that doesn't change what crisis means when he says character in a different context. It's still Kintai. I was trying to ask where you're at right now.
Oh yeah, I
Because
was
none
gonna
of this even
respond.
addresses what I was saying before.
Oh yeah, so like I was saying, right? I'm not gonna lie, Wise, that kind of had me thinking, right? Because it did shift. The context did shift, right? Because that boy brought up an aspect of himself. The thing is, I really don't like.
Okay, so there was never. Oh, I'm sorry. Did
Just
I
no,
interrupt
play it
something?
out loud. I don't believe like two people. It's two people against one. Just play it out loud. I don't believe you.
Okay, cool.
Why don't you play it, Deadboy?
That's fine.
What do
I
you
have it.
mean?
I have it right here. This is if y'all want to watch, y'all can come in now. All right.
Can we tell you when to unpause the timer?
Yeah.
Actually, skip past this because I think I start getting to the point about like why I don't think God's name is that. You have to skip past this a little bit.
Wait, so
Matter of
we're
fact, no, I
already
think it's
past.
around here. I think it's around here.
That's what I thought. I was like, I don't remember it being further that far in.
All right, take a breath, bro. It's okay.
All right, you can pause it, bro. No, I'm not already like no. You gonna pause it, bro.
This nigga stressed so hard.
No, wait, that boy's right. Like that's just kind of a little bit unfair. So I'm only.
No, we're starting right now. It's all good.
Okay, I was gonna give you.
Let me listen to this.
Anyway. All right, our timer on pause. You guys may continue.
All right,
Hold on a second.
My abilities are like my abilities still stand. I guess it's up to
you already scaled Jaina. All right.
Oh.
So
yeah,
this is who I'm using in the tournament, right? This is God. Okay. God damn, I'm lagging so hard. It's sending. It'll take a minute.
Yeah, as you can see, he never says all out scale you. He just says you already did yours, right? And then he just continues from there.
No, just keep playing.
Okay, I can keep playing. That's fine. Are you sending it in scans or general?
And it's just a very high res picture of a very beautiful man.
Matter of fact,
anyone know how much longer we want to do this?
Like, go back because it lagged a little bit. Go back,
bro. What?
Just go back. It lagged a little bit. Go back. Just go back to when I start talking.
Okay, I'll go back by like a minute. I think that's when it happened.
All right.
Or don't. Yeah. Okay. Whatever.
So I'm adding 15 minutes. So you guys were at 45.
Can we tell you when to unpause the timer?
Yeah.
Finding scans or like making arguments. If y'all doing that, you can unpause it now. But what are we just sitting here and quiet for? For what?
All right, take a breath, bro. It's okay.
All right, you can pause it, bro. No, I'm not already like no. You can unpause it, bro.
This
They're
nigga
not
stressed
talking.
so
Like,
hard.
No,
bro.
wait. Deadboy is right. Like that's just kind of a little bit unfair. So I'm
No,
only
we're
gonna give you
starting
guys
right
2
now.
minutes.
It's all good.
Okay, I was gonna give you guys 2 minutes anyway. All right, all right, timer on pause. You guys may continue.
All right,
All right, hold on a second.
my abilities are like my abilities still stand. I guess it's up to
Yeah, you already scaled Diana. All right. So
Yeah.
this is who I'm using in the chat.
Yeah, so as you can see, he clearly says this is where you already scaled yours, and then he just says okay,
Yeah,
and he moves
your
on.
character.
So he never says anything about your character, and even if he were to say something about your character, that doesn't change how I would use the character.
Oh, wait,
the
hold
word
on.
character.
He says, yeah, you already scaled your character. So then
That's
again,
Wazz.
hold on.
That's not me.
It doesn't. Okay, the last context of the word character was used in referring to
I
Chris
was
Rayon.
directly
By a different
responding to you
person.
referring to Chris Rayon at a different
That's
time.
a different person
Deadboy,
in a
what I was
different
trying to say
context.
before,
That's crazy.
and I already told Kentai this. Even if this is true, and I referred to Chris Rayon as your character, that doesn't change that in a different context. Crisis was more likely to use the word character referring to the qualities of Deadboy when refuting the qualities of Deadboy. It's a completely different context
Okay.
and a different person.
What I'm trying to get at is, I don't know why we keep arguing about this. Kentai, give your final judgment. You can only judge all shit that happened within the debate, bro.
Well, we just kind of went over
Yes, it does. Because as I said earlier, again, if y'all would have,
You got caught in multiple lies,
hold on.
Deadboy.
Okay, that's fine. You were lying this whole debate. You were trolling this whole debate, and y'all just like,
what are you talking about? We played by the rules and everything.
Never proved that.
All right, Kentai, bro, you can give your final judgment, and you only judge based off what happened in the debate. Because anything we clarified, it literally doesn't matter because this was never elaborated on in the debate. That's what I'm trying to say. So you can take everything I said.
The judge can still clarify stuff after the fact. What? That's literally what the judge is there for, is to ask us what we meant and then decide
Just let the judge give a judgment. Just let the judge give the judgment.
Yeah,
give a judgment.
we showed you.
Because literally,
we showed you the recording and
why
everything.
I couldn't do this earlier, and he literally y'all just it's all upon interpretation, bro. He explained why I can't. Anything I said now doesn't matter earlier. He said because Grice's razor was not called.
Yeah,
Deadboy. Yeah, he even said that earlier.
Bro,
he then said,
you hear, bro?
Not gonna lie, bro. I'm about to call it Newton's flaming laser sword.
What's that supposed to mean?
What?
I don't like this point. I'm about to call it Newton's flaming laser.
No. Kentai, real shit.
What does
Judge
that
the
mean?
point, bro. Don't do that because I'm not. Yeah. I'm literally not gonna. I'm not gonna deal with niggas.
You just said Kentai can do whatever.
Gave you the whole recording.
Kentai, because that's not fair.
Yeah, you told Kentai to do whatever.
Literally, right? You're just saying that because you don't like the point, but
now
whether
angry.
or not you have to still give.
Deadboy's not gonna win.
Oh my god, you still have to give a judgment within the point, bro. You can't just disregard the point.
That's the judgment, bro. I'm calling it Newton's flaming laser sword.
All right, so that doesn't matter then.
It's
saying.
unfair to you and it's unfair to them because
no, it's literally unfair to me this whole time. But I'll explain what y'all.
Bro, you're just arguing for yourself.
You're giving these niggas another. He's lit like what? Like.
as a person or nature, right? You can argue how would they know that. You still have multiple roots. This is an incomplete point.
Okay,
I literally
I don't think it's incomplete. Hold on. I don't think it's incomplete at all because I think I gave valid
My hands are
refutation.
Happened
tied.
to
Hold on,
letting Kintai
hold
do
on,
whatever he wants. I think that's
hold on,
perfectly
hold on.
reasonable.
I don't think because now I feel like I'm getting hold. Now I feel like I'm getting hold because I gave a valid refutation, right?
This
And
man
then
can
Ken
hold
gave
us
an
here
Neither of us
all
are getting
night.
right?
points.
Hold on, because this is
No,
literally
no,
like I don't give a fuck about
that
money.
boy,
This is literally not. This is literally
that,
is not fair because you
that,
gave these niggas hold on. You gave these niggas an extra 15 minutes, right?
yes.
And then now when I beat them, you literally said I beat them, right? Based off what happened in the debate, right? Within the debate, based off your interpretation within the debate. Now they want to re-clarify what the fuck they meant, but they didn't say it in the debate.
No.
Hold on now. You literally said earlier that cannot work because that was not what's clarified in
He's
the
saying
debate.
this is
So you
equally
have to go.
unfair
Hold on.
for
You
both
have
of
to
us to
hold on.
give
You have to
anyone
go
the
off what
point.
hold on. No, that's
Deb-
not fair. That's not. I've been the most less fair with
You're
person
right.
today.
He said it's
The fuck? No,
unfair.
that's
He
not
literally
fair.
said it's
It's not
unfair.
fair
He
to
said it was
either of us.
unfair.
I'm already in a
Deb-
2v1.
Deb-
Y'all already got 15 extra minutes.
What?
And now
I literally
opposed
jumped into
disregarded?
this in a
No,
2v1.
fuck that.
Deb boy,
That's literally not fair.
look, Dead boy. Look, my boy. I don't want to hold you. Okay, I'm the only reason I'm actually calling it Newtons is for your side. Actually, it's because right. The reason I'm calling it Newtons is because why is this kind of correct about something? The context did shift. The context shifted from even though to debate about characters, you made a quality about yourself, and in if he used character, so that's not your character, that's not within your character, right?
That's
Then
not what he
it
says. He
actually
doesn't say
does.
okay. He does not say within. Like he uses
I know.
yeah,
He said that's
he
not your
uses it as
character.
his. He uses it as his character. And I've already given a
No, I'm not gonna. Wait, wait.
hold on. And I've
I
already
heard
given
that's not.
hold on. I've already given a refutation
Yo,
to
people.
what his explanation was. That's what I'm trying to get at. And Kinta, you're going against your own word because you're saying it doesn't matter what we clarify now. What was stated within the debate is how you're going to take it. That's exactly what
Oh,
Grace's razor is
yeah,
a thing because you can
yeah.
only take it however it's explained to you as. So essentially, how it was originally given to you as is how you're going to have to take it, bro. Like
I'm
it's not like
aware,
it's not fair.
but the thing is, that was not that was under the context of a debate. Wise isn't incorrect in the sense that the context did shift before he made the point, because you made a point about yourself, and the character applications would apply to you. So that's why they actually have a case now for why they could do that. The context shifted, and because of the context shifting, right, they can make this, or that's said, he said, right, his words, that's not his character, that's not your character, right? They actually have a case under this context, but the
My,
problem is
hold on.
that's so
My fault, bro.
fucking
A
that
girl called me. I didn't hear
oh
what
I
you said.
okay, well, yeah, what I was saying was, because I know you have shit to do, that's the thing is, that's so vague. Oh wait, you didn't hear what I said. Let me go back, right? Context, yes, what I said, under the debate context, under the consistency, right? But that's under the conditions of the previous context. Something Waz isn't wrong about is that the context did shift when you made a claim about yourself, and the character applications, they can actually apply this, and now they have a case for as why this could be for you. But the reason I'm not giving it to them and calling it Newton's is because there's not enough substantial evidence or enough information from the either of you to actually come to a conclusion to assert this to be the case. So if we're being honest right now, Dead Boy, I'm actually hoeing them and being fair to you because they now have
That's
a case.
not true, bro. Okay.
The,
Wait,
the
hold on. Let's go to the
context
definition of
shifted, my
character.
boy.
Hold on. The mental, moral qualities distinctive to an individual. So someone's personality. Can I explain to you this one last time why me being axiomatic with like their refutation would not make any sense? Just one last time.
Oh, you
Please.
said what?
Can I give you this one
It's
last time to why the
useless.
refutation does not make sense to the definition of character they're trying to use?
Oh, well, you never explained that. At least I didn't hear you explain
That's a
that. So
new
go ahead.
argument. What the
Oh no,
fuck?
I'm about to
it's
say,
not a new,
I
it's
said
not
I've
a
A
never
new,
heard
new
him
it's not a
explain
new
argument.
that.
argument. It's not a new argument, bro. That
Yeah,
just
it
no.
is, but
It's a
okay.
reclarification. Y'all been clarifying the whole
We
time. This, that, and the
clarified what we
third.
meant by
Wait, hold
one
on.
definition. You're
Clarifying
giving
the
a
whole
whole new
time.
argument.
Here I'm clarifying the whole time. Like no,
Kintai, I'm gonna
you
be
got
We
one
honest.
gave the
If
definition of a
Kintai, wait,
word.
real quick,
Because
this has
look,
nothing to do with what either anyone's saying. Kintai, if we're gonna be arguing every point like this for this long, don't pause the timer during judgment, bro. This shit is
I know
ridiculous
I
that we've
already
been held
I
here
left
this
it on
long.
pause. There's only 4 minutes left.
Only 4 minutes left. Okay.
Yeah, I left it on pause this time.
Yeah, we might want to start continue debating then, because I mean it's inconclusive.
Oh, but
we
Not
might want to start
anytime.
getting to
I got
also
hold.
Dead
I
boy,
got hold two times. No, matter of fact, reopen the point. I don't like care. You just give us more time to talk about this point.
What?
That's the fairest thing you could do.
No, I don't want to talk about this point.
No. That's the fairest thing you could do. That's the fairest thing you could do. Because I think that more can left to be argued on this point. Because they can give further call the contrary. I can give further more non contrary.
Well, there is more to be
I don't
argued.
think we should.
Because
I don't think that should be the case.
I mean, then you guys have to settle something because right now it would be 1-1 under the current circumstances. 1-1.
No, it's not 1-1. It's 1-2. Kentai.
No,
it's
yes,
not 1-2.
Kentai, we have the recording.
Wait,
we have the recording.
Everyone stop. This is serious as fuck right now.
We have one point that my name is God. We have another point about the moon. That's a main point and a sub point.
That's 2 points we have. He has 1 point.
If you guys did not listen, we disregarded that point because of the presupposition.
No, we didn't disregard it. He still won the point,
didn't,
but we just
remember?
continued because it didn't matter to his character. Kentai, you can't do this.
You even said it wasn't relevant. It wasn't a relevant point to the main point.
Because
that's why I'm saying I got hold 2 times. That's why I said I got hold.
No, you didn't. Go back to the recording right now.
That's why I said I got hold.
We can literally go to the recording, dog. Hold on, let me get the recording back up, bro.
I'll tell you what I said verbatim. I said that it's fine if Deadboy wins this point, but we need to continue because this is still irrelevant to his scaling, so he can have this as a point.
Okay.
And then we can continue.
I think the fair thing to do is you let us just argue about this point until the time is over. Because
we still won 2 points.
I got hold 3 times.
We won the point about the moon.
I got hold 3 times, Kentai.
We also won the point about if someone can have 2 names and if Crisis's name can be God as well as Taeyeon.
Can you give me a chance, Kentai? I got hold 3 times now. 3 times. Can we just talk about this point?
Reopen the point, sure.
Thank you. Yeah. Y'all obviously are lying.
Okay, you can't prove that we're lying, and on top of that, like, I used character in the definition that I gave in scans. I gave character.
I gave character due to your personality. They are obviously lying.
No, that's not true.
We're referring.
That's not true.
Not true, Deadboy.
But
that's literally not true.
The things you're saying just aren't true.
Deadboy, that's literally not true.
Alright, just because you say that doesn't make it true.
I can even give you a further scan proving why that's not the case.
Yeah,
or that's red herring. Sorry.
Can you give me a few minutes to get a scan to prove something?
Yeah, I can give you this right here.
Left. We got 3 minutes left.
Sure.
I don't know what I'm saying.
I have 5 minutes to get a scan. That's fine.
The mental and moral qualities, right?
It's not a red herring at all. Based on the definition, what you think character is, right? Character is synonymous with personality, someone's nature and shit like that, right? My words being axiomatic has nothing to do with my personality and what my character is and shit like that.
That's cool. Look at scans. I sent the definition of axiomatic. It says self-evident or unquestionable. When you're talking about questions, you're talking about mentality. Questions aren't something physical, and neither is anything self-evident. These aren't physical qualities.
Thank you for taking the word axiomatic out of context. Axiomatic again.
What? Out of context? You use the word itself.
Hold on now.
How much time is left, bro?
Hold on now. The reason why you don't actually question axioms and shit like that, because they're already self-evident and they're already self-proof.
Okay, but self-evidence isn't a physical quality. It's a mental quality. Like, it has to be nuanced.
That's why
it has to be nuanced. You can't call it physical just because you want it to be physical.
And again,
Deadboy, you can't call it physical just because you want it to be physical.
Me being axiomatic has nothing to do with my personality.
Look in the look in the definition of axiomatic. Look in the definition of axiomatic. It is axiomatic that dividends have to be financed. Dividends are not it's not a physical thing.
That took the word character out of context, right?
Dividends are not physical. Neither are finances. You can't claim something to be physical if it's not physical. And then you're trying to say it's a context. There's no other definition of the word axiomatic. Look, there's no other definition. This isn't even a word that can be misinterpreted. It's not even a word that can be misinterpreted. Look, I'm about to send this shit scans again. Look, there's no other definition of that. You can't fucking say that it's physical just because you want it to be physical. That's not how physical works. Self-evidence has nothing to do with physics. Like, there's no physicality of that. What are you arguing for? No, Deadboy, you're literally losing.
Pencils down.
Look,
You never respond to my argument.
Is it town?
I got hold 3
times.
Yeah.
Is that time?
3 times.
Nothing
Okay,
else
cool.
matters.
Boys, I'm sorry. Oh, that boy will be quiet. Okay, let me answer mute. Crisis. All right, boys, it's time. Let me unmute Crisis. Oh, he's unmuted. Okay, good. It's time. Right? This debate was mentally draining. Christ. Well, I don't know why you guys are doing 2-on-2s. but, right? A couple issues. But for the sake of the debate, I'll do it like this, right? Now, Zenny, I have a couple things to talk with you about because there was a violation of the rules, and technically this wasn't fair.
Thank you.
So
Fucking John.
I want to talk to you, Zenny, okay, about if I can do something real quick because this is not fair. So, Zenny, move down.
Call this bitch back. Hello?
Yeah. Where the fuck is that one guy that needs to like give the judgment? Where's Kintai?
Kintai?
Go.
I don't know what he's doing.
I like vanished. Bro, did our judge just vanish? Oh,
Kintai, you probably got to call Zenny and DMs. It's gonna be probably private.
No, Kintai, we should get to hear your judgment. We're not gonna interrupt.
Yeah, we should get to hear the judgment before any of that happens.
It's technically.
Do you think it's gonna offend someone? Because I won't be offended.
No, it's not gonna be offensive. I just don't want to hold nobody here because I'm looking at the rules and I'm like, damn. Now,
Tell us what rules you think were violated.
We'll all local mute. We're not gonna speak over you or anything.
Yeah,
unless you
just tell us what
misrepresent something
rules.
completely, we're not gonna say shit.
All right, bet. Just the rules real quick.
Well, make sure Zenny's even there.
Zenny's here. I see him.
I'm talking about like, is he typing?
I don't know. He's never is.
Okay. Yeah, I can't do that. I'd be breaking time. Well. Oh, there's Zenny. Zenny, you're here, but I don't care. So, this debate came with a series of points, right? And this debate took a lot of thinking because I'm trying to be fair to Deadboy because it is a 1v2. His teammate did leave him, and I'm trying to be fair to you guys too because you guys argued. Like we sat here for an hour and a half. Something has to come out, right? Right. So I don't want to hoe anybody especially because Deadboy's been doing this alone, right? Now, previously, now this was previously, and I'm starting to think over it. Previously, I disregarded your guys' point as for the 15 minutes because A, it was irrelevant, and B, Deadboy was alone arguing, but he wasn't alone at the time with Ailey, but you guys said it wasn't relevant, so it didn't matter Crisis's character. But you guys still did argue. That's why I gave Deadboy the point because he ended up being alone and Ailey left. And not to also mention, we wasted almost like almost half the time, maybe a little more, arguing that point when he's alone when it doesn't matter your character. So I thought, and he was alone. So I was like, all right, I disregard the point, give it to Deadboy. And then continuing on, you guys obviously won the God point. And then what my initial thought was going to be 1-1, right? And then obviously that next point, you guys literally said like 4 words. It was literally like, he's God, I'm omniscient, it's axiomatic. No, not your character. That I cannot judge that. I don't care what any of you guys say. I'm sorry, Deadboy, that's literally unjudgeable. Like you guys said 4 things, and it's so, and even like considering the context being shifted, there's so many components and so much vague things. Again, I think personally I'm being more fair to you by not giving them the point because the context shifted, but there's so many applications on what they could mean. I don't know if they can actually tell the truth with further substantiation. So I literally cannot judge that point. So um I'm calling a new, so final judgment on that point. I'm calling Newton's. That's it. That's dead. Sorry. So axiomatic omniscient. That point is dead.
You just
No.
gave us.
We said we wouldn't
We
speak,
said we
dude.
wouldn't speak, dude.
So yeah. So I'm sorry, Deadboy. I'm sorry, my boy. Slashing that point. That's Newton's laser flaming sword. Now, the thing is, unfortunately, the debate, even after I give this judgment, the debate is still over because I got to go back in the recording to see what Crisis said about that initial point, right? So that's why I'm gonna do it like this, so no one gets hoed. And y'all might not like it, but y'all can't argue because the timer's over, right? Deadboy was arguing by himself for this entire time, right? Wazz and Crisis, you guys been double teaming him, giving him 2 things to argue, and currently you guys are at 1-1 if I disregarded the moon point. So I'm gonna go back like this, right? And I feel like this is the most fair because technically this is a 2v2 argument. Deadboy's opponent wasn't even here. And I know you, and I someone wants to bring up the fact that Deadboy still argued, but like n- pausing the debate and coming back to it is more of a hassle than just him doing it alone. So I'm gonna provide that compensation for him because he has to attack 2 points at once, and we know obviously that's not fair. So I'm gonna do it like this, right? I'm gonna go back to the first point, and I'm going to listen, right? And I wanted to talk to Zenny because I wanted to see if this was within the rules because this was not a fair debate at all.
I mean, technically, when we jumped in, though, like when I first jumped in, I was going at it 2v1 to begin with.
Like, you see, yeah, that's, I don't know why you niggas are doing that. Like, this is like, you guys are literally bombarding points. Deadboy's only one person. He can only respond to both of you so much. Like, I don't know why we did this.
It doesn't matter, bro.
Like,
I don't want to argue with you, but that's just my opinion. It does not matter.
Like, that's fine. I don't care. This is Zenny's tournament. That nigga's not even here. So I still got to go back in the recording and listen. But since you guys said it doesn't matter and it doesn't do that judgment final, and it was just the 1 point and blah blah blah, it came to me that I'm gonna disregard the moon point just
For what
because of the
purpose?
just because
No
of that.
reason.
No, I know I
Because you
gave
think
reason.
it's unfair to him, or
I get, no. That's clearly, that's like that. To be honest, I'm not trying to bias Deadboy at all. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I'll give judgment at the end. I'll put my foot down. I don't give a fuck. I'll argue with all you niggas. Right? It's just the fact that first he was arguing against you to the rest, and all of it just to lead to Newton flaming, and he has to contend both of you guys at the same time. Not to also mention you guys already want to point over him. That's why.
he's the one that stalled it so
And
long
by
by
the way,
arguing what he meant.
not to also mention, Deadboy's win on the point is still initial. So if I go in recording and I listen, and Crisis turns out Crisis said what he said, then you guys just win. And I don't give a fuck what Deadboy says. Like I don't care to argue with the niggas. I'll argue all
When you
four.
say what Crisis said, like, what do you mean by that? I don't remember.
Yeah, you
I'm
don't
pretty sure he
remember.
means
You
Ailey conceded
no,
during the first
you
point,
brought
and
it.
he
Yeah,
wanted to go back to recording about it, but we
yeah.
never did.
I literally put it. You
Bro.
claim that someone
But there's no
conceded.
recording of that. Pawa wasn't there. You'd have to get a
No,
personal
Pablo was
recording.
there. No, Pablo was there.
Not at the start.
Yes, it
I
was.
know for a
Yes, he
fact
was.
because when
Yes, he
Crisis
was.
brought that up, he typed save and Pawa said, "I'm not recording right now," and that's when
Wait,
Pawa
wait,
started
wait.
recording.
Tim
Go
said
to
he
the start of the
recording.
Pawa recording. I promise you.
No, because the problem is I asked when, like I asked you, is there a recording bot? And he said Pow was
He
down.
got
He said, oh no, never mind, Pow was here.
Yeah, because we just invited it. We just started recording.
Like, yeah, it was here since the beginning.
It wasn't, but all right. Can I ask you a
Tim
question?
said he got a recording. That
Yes,
doesn't
sir.
The
matter.
first 30
yeah.
minutes, the first 30 minutes were recorded.
Yeah, I just told you. You could
I
go
just looked at the
go to
recording.
Pawa's logs right now and look at all the saved recordings. There's the first 30
Pawa,
minutes weren't recorded.
in the first 10 seconds of the recording, Deadboy says, for the past 30 minutes, Ailey and I have been slamming.
You're lying.
No, we told you this at the time
Ailey
too.
dead ass. So literally, it's not like he was alone the entire time. Ailey had been with him for like an hour and 15 minutes before he left.
All right, so it still said that I won that first point. I just make it easier. I don't think
Kentai, what I
Kentai,
think is
well,
most reasonable. Wait, real quick. I'm not
Kentai.
trying to argue. I just want to say what I think is most reasonable. We can't tie in the tournament. Someone has to win or lose. And I don't know why you're Yes, I don't know why you're disregarding one of our points when it's the only way to break the tie.
Wait, I don't get cut off. That's all you need to tell me. That's all you need to tell me. That's all you need to tell me. Now I have what happened.
I think I won the moon point. So I think to be fair to me, I think you should just rewatch the moon point. Yes,
I think already judged based on that. You can't go back like that, man.
No,
not only is the debate timer over, he gave judgment on that and the debate.
Back to fiction. Didn't Wazz and Seven contend every judgment you had?
You can't argue about this anymore.
Didn't contend every judgment you had? Every little judgment you had, they contended. I didn't.
We didn't contend the moon point.
I literally said I think I won the moon point.
We didn't contend the moon point.
I said I won the moon point early, but I wasn't.
It doesn't matter. He already
no,
gave
we
judgment.
didn't. If we hold on.
We can go to the recording he already gave judgment on my original point too, on the axiomatic.
Okay, and it's 2 to 1.
Hold on, Wazz. We can go to the recording. Wazz, bro.
Okay,
we can go to the recording right now.
Y'all
Deadboy never said. Deadboy never said that he won the moon point.
We don't have to go to the recording.
Deadboy never said that.
The fact is, Kentai gave us 2 points during the debate and gave you 1. We can't go back and start arguing and looking at shit now. That's fucked,
in the debate, he literally disregarded it. But I'm saying he doesn't have to disregard it.
No, he don't, bro.
He disregarded the
Oh my god!
Please
shut up, Kentai. Can you just rewatch the moon point? The moon point was not long. Can you rewatch the moon point?
It doesn't matter. You can't.
Shut up! I'm not talking to you, Kentai. Can you rewatch the moon point?
I'm just gonna mute him.
Because the thing. That's not fair. Because the thing is, right? That's actually tournament rules. I don't know if I'll be willing to, but that's tournament rules, bro.
It says I can read the rule.
Hold on, Wazz.
Wait, real quick. Judgments are final and must be given if time runs out. So we can't go back and keep arguing now, bro.
Here's what I'm saying, right?
We have the matters.
We have the recording. I can show you that Deadboy never contended our win against the moon point because he held the main point over us.
Yeah, he said it didn't matter multiple times that we won the moon point because that's what you said as well.
Yeah, then because
you have to give judgment now. I'm gonna
show you where I got hold then. So if you disregard that point, the point doesn't matter, and y'all would have won the God point, and we went on to the axiomatic point, and he disregarded that. Those last 5 minutes needs to be judged because it's still 1-1. And he's not going to.
No, that's not how tournament rules work. That's not how tournament rules work.
He disregarded the moon point. That's what I'm trying to get at. That's not fair.
I can even show. Hold on. I can even show you in the recording. He never disregards the moon point after the points have been given. He only said that after the debate was over.
Because look, if it goes like that, because they say I don't like this tournament, I feel like I don't have a lot of flexibility because Deadboy was on his own. But then if it goes like that, then y'all do have more points. If it goes like that,
it's that simple, bro. It's that simple.
Kentai, did you or did you not disregard the moon point?
I swear I remember doing it, but the thing is, he said there's no ties in this debate.
Okay, and so I'm gonna show you why it's not. Hold on, I'm gonna show you why it's not fair. I'm gonna show you why it's not fair.
I can go to the recording.
It doesn't matter. He already gave judgment.
But they're not they're not letting me. They're not letting me get that.
You can't change it now, Deadboy. It's final.
I know there's no ties, Kentai. That's exactly what we're arguing for the last 5 minutes. You cannot disregard the last 5 minutes at that point, and then you just try to say there's no ties. That's not fair.
Go back and listen to it.
Hold on now. You told me that moon point is disregarded. So and he also said axiomatic points disregarded too.
After the debate,
you actually reopen axiomatic point for us to argue.
I need everyone to understand this. You can't argue with the judge once the timer runs out. That's why the rule exists that the second the timer hits 0, he needs to say who won. You guys can talk about it personally after, but you can't change anything now, Deadboy. It already happened. He can't go back and look at anything. You can't change his mind at this point.
Okay. Stop perma-abusing
Like,
I'm
that
not
nigga's a
term
pervert.
abusing.
Like,
I
in a
needed you
debate
to
anymore. There's
understand
no
that.
more
We're
term
not in a
abuse.
debate either, bro. I can do whatever I want to you. I own the server.
I'm trying to get at. I'm trying to get at is, please don't let me get fucking in like mute or anything like that. Kids, I'm trying to get at is, you disregarded the moon point. We were tied 1-1. We argued on the
No,
axiomatic
you
shit.
didn't.
Did you or did you not say, to be fair, we're going to open up this point for 5 more minutes? You cannot disregard that if you already said we're tied. That was the tiebreaker point for that last 5 minutes. So you have to judge the last 5 minutes. That's fair. You already said
He already gave judgment. He can't take it back now. It's final. It's a
he
fucking
already
rule.
hold
Even
on.
if Kentai
Hold on.
walked back right now,
during
Deadboy,
the
what you don't
conclusion, he
get is
literally
even
said
if
he did
Kentai
this.
walked back
Oh,
right now and said,
Kentai.
actually, Deadboy won, it doesn't matter. His judgment that we won initially is the final judgment. That's what the rule says.
He never said that. He said initially he was gonna.
He said we won the most points. There's
That's
no
not
way
what he
around
said.
that.
He literally said I
He said
won. Are
based
you
on
okay?
points, you guys won. That's what he just
Man,
said
damn,
to
bro.
us.
Hold on. I'm sorry, Wazz. Give me a second. Y'all gotta cool it down for just a second, bro. Kentai, I gotta ask you a question, dog.
What?
Do you? Yeah, because we can change it right now. Do you want to go and check if you said that you disregard the moon point during that segment of the thing?
I could have.
Because I don't believe.
Swore I did, bro.
I don't believe you said it during it, but we can check.
Hey, look, I'll say it like this.
I know they have a Chrome with
Send
it.
If y'all didn't, if I did, I'll judge the last 5 minutes. If I didn't, debate's over. Y'all won.
Yeah, because I know they'll fucking argue about it forever, but I'm really not that. I'm not opposed to like showing it to you.
All right, let's just look at it. Did Deadboy get kicked?
No, he left.
Oh.
For some reason, I get like my Discord crashed as well. I don't know what happened there.
What's up?
He said not going to be in a whack ass server where people with perms can debate and abuse it. The debate's over.
We were in a debate, yeah, but whatever. I'm continuing on.
Hello. Yeah, he left the
Hold
server.
on, damn.
Yeah, he's gone.
He left the server. I don't like. You guys won. There's no point.
Oh, I was about to say, yeah, he left the server. Oh, if he left the server, then I don't care, bro.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I don't care. Yeah, y'all got it.
All right, there we go. We beat Deadboy.
That was completely fucked.